Hey everybody, happy Monday, happy Martin Luther King Day. I hope y'all are enjoying your day. I hope you guys are feeling good. Yes, honey, grab the cigars. You guys have me screaming. Hey y'all, come on in, come on in. How are y'all feeling? I hope y'all are feeling good. Okay, I hope you feel ready because we're gonna have a good time today. Now, just a quick disclaimer. I already know what this recap is about to give. I have my opinion on things. If you don't agree, that's fine. But all I ask that you be respectful, be friendly, be kind, because I'm not dealing with disrespect, okay? So some folks tried to come at me for my own opinion on Twitter. I'm not playing. I'm not going back and forth with anybody on Twitter on any social media account. That's just not happening. So here in this chat, we're going to have a good time. If you don't agree, you don't have to keep watching, but just know it's nice and peaceful over here. We have a good time over here, okay? Come on in, y'all. Come on in. Yes, this was a very rough watch. Having to rewatch this a second time for my notes, it was painful. It was painful. As y'all see from the title, I feel like this was flat out bullying. This was a pile on. Angel did not deserve that. I'm going to stand 10 toes down on that. I don't care how anybody feels about it. That was a really hard watch. Okay? Come on in, y'all. We just started. You are not late. Come on in the room. We're going to start at like the 3-minute mark, but come on in the room, get comfortable, grab a drink, grab a snack, have some fun, get comfortable. Thank you so much. You're very sweet. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yes, it was very triggering. Very triggering. You said, yes, honey. It was a very hard watch. Listen. Listen. It's going to be Gizelle and I today. Gizelle and Ashley and Stacy is getting whacked too because Stacy is giving that you always wanted to be with the mean girls as well. Stacy, the fact that they have been getting on you, cursing you out since last season, and now you want to sit up here and just try to join the pile on when it comes to Angel? No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Oh, you just came from my gabbing with Gibbs. Yes, Gibson. Shout out to Gibson Johns, my friend here on YouTube. He has his podcast as well. I did a collab with him last week. So the episode is up now. Go catch it. It was a good time chatting. We talked for over an hour, a really good time. So I'm glad that you caught the collab. Yes, honey. Baby, this was a pile on, honey. Flat out bullying. I don't understand why these ladies don't curse Gizelle out. Listen, honey, a subscriber last time you went live said it's hard to watch. I wonder if she knew this was coming up. Well, I think there's a pattern. There's been a pattern with Potomac for a long time where they find somebody to gang up on and beat up on. And it's become a thing. Every season they find a new target. This season it is Angel. Last season it was Stacy. The seasons before it was Candace and Wendy. Okay, so it's the same script, different cast. Hey, Devonta Franklin, thank you for the super chat. I don't know about anybody else, but I really want to offer at least one season. Same here. Brooke, are you going to be hosting Campire show in March? No, I'm not. Campire, I know this is a one night only. It's one mic, one man, one voice. So it's only Campire. Campire is riding solo. Oh, listen, I'm going in. All right. Yes, Gizelle is nasty and rude AF. This may be my last episode of Potomac. This was disturbing. Oh, listen, I can't blame you. I cannot blame you if you feel this way. I really can't. I truly can't, because it was very disturbing. It reminded me of when Wendy got beat up on, literally, when she got assaulted by Mia and they all laughed. It reminded me of the times when Candace was beat up on and they all laughed and, discarded her. It was very reminiscent of the old times where it was the show was in a really dark place. Yes, I think Gizelle's very bitter. And I think that let me just start off by saying this, y'all, and we'll get into it. Angel, I know you watch, love you down, But Angel, I will not blame you. I will not fault you if you let this be your first and last season. No shade. You have nothing to prove to anybody. I don't want to see you stressed, upset. I don't need to see you in mental anguish trying to be on this show to prove what? You tried it, you did it, and let that be that. You have a beautiful life, a beautiful family. Let that ride off into the sunset with Bobby and those beautiful kids and call it a day. I don't know if you need to come back to this. And you even hinted that you don't know if you want to come back either when you were at Kimo Sabe with Kiarna and you said to her, I don't know if I want to come back to Maryland anymore. So if that's your way of saying this might be a one and done, I don't blame you. These shows are not for the faint of heart. Marriages have been destroyed. People's self-worth, self-esteem. You have people who are in mental anguish. Folks are taking all sorts of medications to cope with being on this show. So please get out while you can. Get out while you still have your sanity, your beautiful family, and call it a day. You don't owe the viewers anything. You don't owe them anything. So if you want this to be your first and last, that's perfectly fine with me because you have too much to lose effing around with folks who have nothing to lose, because somebody with nothing to lose will help you lose everything. And in this case, that's Gizelle and Ashley. Okay. So listen, yeah, Bobby's tired. No, it's true. No, it's very true. I've heard that from several people that it's a lot of that. I heard that 80% of these housewives are on some sort of medication to deal with the anguish of being on this show, with horrible castmates trying to dig up dirt on them, then the viewers and their opinions and commentary taking things too far. It's a lot. It's a lot. And I feel like unless you have the mental bandwidth to really withstand that, unless you're the one getting the good edits like Gizelle, unless you're the one that production favors, it's really not worth it. It's really not worth it. Unless you need the money badly, then I would say maybe take the beating. But if you have money, if you're good with or without the show, I wouldn't suggest that you come on and stay on, in my opinion. So, no, for real. No, it's true. It's true. It's very true. I've told y'all several times that I received word that a certain housewife, and y'all know who I'm talking about, but the group cannot stand her. They think that she's a loser on one of the white franchises. And she has said in private that she doesn't care if she gets beat up on. She just wants to be on the show. Like, she just loves the feeling of being famous. So you know how crazy that is, that you don't mind being the punching bag of your show just to say that you're famous. That's psychosis. Yes, y'all already know who I'm talking about. It's very sad. So, hey, Kaylani Films, thank you for the super chat. Angel doesn't know how to reality TV. Angel was included in the pile-on of Stacey. She got her get back. Stacey knows how to play the game. I'm going to address that because I see everybody saying that Angel added to the pile-on regarding Stacey and the breath mints. I get that was mean girl behavior, but I feel like on the scale of shade to shadiest, that was kind of light in my opinion. But we'll talk about that further, okay? So y'all, without further ado, let's just get right on into it because I have a lot to say, a lot to discuss, a lot to cover, and we don't have a minute to spare, okay? So it is day 2 of the Colorado trip. And we picked back up where we left off last week with Angel in the car with Tia and Kiarna because they're staying at her house. So Angel says, last night around the fire, when the ladies mentioned the sleepover, I just said, let me check in with Bobby because dads watch their kids. I watch my kids. And Angel brings up how Monique was like, what do you mean watching? He's a father. So Angel picked up what Monique was putting down, and Angel says, do not shift your experiences onto me. That's not the time or the place. You're crossing a boundary, and you don't know me like that. Angel is 100% correct because Monique, when I tell you The way I'm about to wear you out. Shut your mouth. Stop comparing your sorry marriage to what Angel and Bobby have going on. It is apples and oranges. So anyhow, Angel says these ladies make it their business to make everything their business. They thrive off of misinformation, making assumptions, and jumping to conclusions, and this just tracks. If I let them in on my relationship with Bobby, which is sparkling and wonderful, they better consider it a privilege. So now we're back in the car with Stacey and Jazzy. And Stacey says to Jazzy, when you have kids, and I know you have your two beautiful blessings, we know Darius's outside kids, but I digress. She says, you're going to learn that that's the easiest excuse. So Jazzy says, you think I don't know that? I do the same thing. I set the babysitters up in our realm, like I get it. So Stacey says, I don't know if I'm believing the whole Bobby can't take care of his kids for one night. Jazzy says, I'm not believing it either. So Jazzy says, she's talking about, she has to talk to Bobby. And it's like, no, you had to talk to yourself and feel like you want to come. Jazzy, you pissed me off in this episode because you're a double agent. You're very two-faced. You don't know what side you want to be on. Are you on Angel's side or are you on everybody else's side? You talked out two sides of your face because a friend doesn't do that. How do you like Angel, but now you want to pile on along with everybody else? What's going on? And I'm sorry, Jazzy, you're giving desperado. You're giving, you just want this show, you want to be on this show so bad. And you're falling flat to me, Jazzy. And I really liked you, but you're falling flat, in my opinion. So now we get to Monique, Gizelle, Ashley, and Wendy's car. And Monique says, I'm just making assumptions here. I'm not saying that her husband is that way. But a lot of times with these athletes, they make the money and that's it. That's all. They feel like they're the ultimate provider. So she said, I didn't speak on her marriage. I was speaking on her. My concern was for Angel because I know the weight of it and I know where it took me. Monique says, I know in my past, I was overextending myself. I was doing way too much. I became very contentious, very combative. Sometimes that's your friend circle. So now they show the flashbacks of her and Gizelle, her and Robin, and her and Candace going at it. So she says, I don't know what her situation is, but a lot of what I'm seeing is eerily familiar. And I said, girl, Monique, if you don't stop comparing what you and Chris had going on to what Angel and Bobby have going on, I'm going to scream. Your situation is not similar in the least bit. And I'm going to break it down why they're not similar. First of all, she married for love and she got love and money. Okay. A husband that she's physically attracted to. You, on the other hand, you married for survival. Let's just call it what it is. Because I will never forget when the episode after that assault happened in season 5, when your pastor came to let you know, baby, you've gone off the deep end. When your pastor told you, you thought that these women are going to be impressed with you, and they were not. Your 4 homes did not impress them, and that's why you're upset. That's why you lashed out and did what you did to your friend. Never forget that you came from the pickup truck. You were living in your F-150 and you met Chris. Okay? He took you from the pickup truck to the big house. Okay? 2 different situations. 2 totally different situations. Stop comparing what you had going on with Chris to what Angel and Bobby have. When I see Angel and Bobby, I see 2 people who love each other, respect each other. You had Chris on one of the seasons talking about, oh yeah, what I like most about Monique, and he's doing the hand gesture for you giving him head. Who does that? That man was disrespectful on top of you not being attracted to him. So again, where are you seeing similarities between you 2? I'll wait. It is night and day between you and Chris and Angel and Bobby. The only thing in common is they're both NFL athletes. That's it. I'm a hot mess. Yeah, y'all remember that? Y'all remember that when he did that? And she was so upset by that. Because what husband does that? Bobby was in Angel's DMs for 2 years. Exactly. So, yes, and listen, his mother could not stand Monique. Could not stand her. A mess. So now she goes on to say that she says, I said that clearly, but apparently Wendy told me that the whole conversation already got back to Angel. So now we see that Jazzy was the one who opened her mouth to Angel about what Monique was saying. So now we cut back to Angel in her car, and she says, they don't know my husband. They don't know our marriage. I'm not even going to answer. So Kiana says, you know what? It's not even a conversation. Like, let it go. Don't worry about it. So Angel says, well, anyway, we're about to have a great day. It's going to be fun. And I said, now, Angel, if you knew what was happening, what was going to happen to you 10 minutes later on that private jet, girl. So now we find out from Angel in her confessional that she's taking the ladies to in a private jet to Aspen. They're going to have a great time at Kimosabe. And she's excited. Now, a quick thing. I saw people saying on Twitter that, well, we all know that production pays for the jets. That's not true. Let me just break it down for y'all. When it comes to these cast trips, production picks and chooses what they pay for. Yes, they'll pay for the hotel stay, but when it comes to private jets, Bravo will not pick up the tab for that. So that's on the housewife. So Angel paid for that private jet out of her own pocket, just so we're clear. On top of that, also, we know that Potomac gets bottom of the barrel when it comes to the trips anyway. So if you do see a luxury experience, 9 times out of 10, that the women paid for it. Think back to Monique's trip to Cannes, one of Potomac's best trips to date. Monique, I will always give you your flowers for that. You ate that one little thing. But let me just say this, Greg. Monique, when it came time to upgrading your flight to first class, Monique had to pay for that. Remember how they were so pissed because Monique upgraded her ticket? Because Bravo had them in economy. So yeah, when it comes to upgrading their tickets to first class or Delta One, it's really touch and go whether the network paid for that. But when it comes to private jets, I know for a fact that production does not pay for that. The women do. So on Beverly Hills, when you see the private jets, they paid for that out of their own pocket. When Kyle did her private jet, that was out of her pocket. Lisa Vanderpump out of her pocket. Sutton out of their own pocket. So just so we're clear. So put respect on Angel's name about that. She did pay for that private jet. Just saying. So now we have Stacey and Jazzy. We're back to them. Stacey says that she wants Timo to buy her a chicken coop. She wants fresh eggs. Jazzy says, I hear those dogs be eating the chickens. I said, girl, what is this conversation? So now we get back to the whole the miserable car with Gizelle, Wendy, Ashley, and who am I forgetting? And Monique. And Gizelle says, Angel, we were rooting for you. So Wendy says, yeah, we really were. I said, child, Wendy, are you trying to be Giselle's new Echo? So whatever she says, you're going to now echo her. It's no shade. This is just the truth. This is how I feel. My humble opinion. The joy that jumps out that you are finally in with the cool girls, it's not lost on me. I mean, the happiness to be sitting in that car with Gizelle and Ashley, it was like, mama, I made it. You and Monique both look so pleased with yourselves. It was like, oh my gosh, Lord, we have finally made it. We finally got our wish. Won't he do it? Child. I said, girl, I mean, you couldn't, they were so happy. You could feel it through the screen. So now Gizelle says, Angel told us that we were staying with her at her house. She had no intentions of us staying there. She had no intentions of us even staying at a house altogether. But you're supposed to be Miss Colorado. She says, I can never recall any time in my life where I would live like this. We need to be able to shit, shower, and shave. Angel, you failed miserably. I'm going to say this one good time. For the last time, I understand that you're pissed about the house running out of hot water, no water. I get that. I'd be mad too. But for me, I would have packed up already and have gone to the Four Seasons instead of complaining about it for 36 hours. On top of that, can we please stop acting like this was Angel's doing? You think that she would purposely try to put you in poor accommodations? Why? That would only embarrass her and make her look bad. I highly doubt that Angel said, let me put them in a messed up house with no water. The heat's messed up. Don't you think she'd want to make a great impression considering how you guys have been riding her since episode 1? Let's think about that. Let's just use our brain here. On top of that, I'm somebody where if I'm unhappy with the accommodations, I'm calling up American Express and I'm going to find the nearest 5-star hotel around, and I'm just going to simply pack my bags up and move to the hotel. That's just me, though. I'm not going to keep berating the person and talking about them and complaining when when I have a solution. There's a solution right there. If you were that upset, you would have gone to the hotel earlier, but you wanted production to pay for that hotel stay, and they probably didn't want to. So that's why you guys were stalling. It's no shade. But production, again, gets very funny about what they want to pay for. And it's giving that you guys took so long to go to a hotel because production said, well, if you want to go to a hotel, then you'll have to pay for that. And you guys are very cheap and or broke, and you didn't want to do that. That's the real tea. But anyhow, I digress. So now, we pull up to the private jet. They're in a Falcon 900. It is $8,050 an hour. I said, I know that's right. So she has champagne and gift bags. And of course, we have the mean girls arrive. Wendy, Gizelle, Ashley, and Monique. Of course, they can't compliment the private jet. It's immediate complaints. So Gizelle immediately gets on hating. She says hello to the pilot. Then she says, I don't know how I feel about these people right here, referring to Angel. Angel, I want you to hear me clearly. Here's where you messed up. I'm very particular about how people come into my space, my home. If I rent a jet, if it's my space, you will respect me. There is no way that I rent a private jet for all of us to go to Aspen, and the first thing out of your mouth is not a hello, how are you? It's, I don't know how I feel about you. Absolutely not. You would have been escorted right off the plane, and I would have told you, drive, I don't care, go back home, but the trip is over for you. Don't ever disrespect me like that. I was pissed. And in my opinion, this felt like a way to diminish the fact that Angel's the first one on this show to have a private jet. Because on Potomac, we've yet to see that. And this felt like a way to diminish, to get out of complimenting her, because folks will do that. When you're too fab, when you have it going on, then all of a sudden folks come in with confusion. They don't want to say hello. It's all this, trying to act like they don't see what you've done. Absolutely not. That was a diversion. That was a tactic to not compliment the fact that she got a private jet for them, because it was out of jealousy. Because I'm sorry, there is no way in the hell that you come on somebody's private plane and you don't greet them and say, thank you so much for this, period. Yes, they took away from her moment. Oh, very true. Very true. You said, of course, these haters will respond that way. Exactly. Gizelle needs to learn jet etiquette. Exactly. Well, since she was so unsure about me, she'd be escorted back to the lodge with no water to cleanse her spirit. Okay? Listen, I was pissed. It was very much big hater energy. Big hater. She needs to channel Stephanie from Miami. Oh, I agree. Listen, honey, she would have gotten the boot for sure. Oh, very sure. Very sure. Oh my gosh. Y'all, I was livid. Now, I'm going to tell y'all right now, I probably will get animated during this scene, because this was like the longest 7 minutes I have ever had to watch. I mean, this was up there with Wendy being assaulted, Candace being assaulted. This was up there. Like my skin, like the hairs on my arm were like standing up. I had goosebumps because the way they just berated the hell out of Angel was tough to watch. So everybody's on the plane, and Ashley says, we made it, not that you cared. Don't smell me, by the way, because she was unable to shower because there's no water. So the way I have a read, but I'm going to save the read because Ashley, you said something else that I said, girl, don't you dare act brand new. But Ashley, when I tell you I'm on your behind, when I tell you I am on your narrow behind, because, oh, girl. So now They're all on the plane. Angel says, well, good morning, everybody. I want to start off by apologizing about your accommodations. Immediately, Gizelle's like, too late, too late, too late, too late. Girl, shut your mouth. Let her apologize. Do you know how hateful you have to be to not accept somebody's apology and they're sincere? And the fact that this isn't Angel's fault. Angel would not purposely try to put somebody in a bad house. She got a lemon of a house. I felt bad. Angel, my heart broke for you in this scene. So Angel says, can you let me finish? Like, just let me finish speaking. So Gizelle's like, no, 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 no. So now Kiarna says, let's just hear her out. So Gizelle says, no, let's not hear her out, Kay. First of all, girl, who the F are you talking to? Second of all, Kiarna, the way I'm going to wear you out, because girl, that's your best friend of 20 years, and you're allowing them to talk to her like this on her trip, on her private jet that she chartered? No, ma'am. Let me one thing about me, if I am your friend, if you are a loved one, there is nobody that could talk crazy to you in front of me and I don't go crazy. I can be very reactive. When I love you, I will protect you. I am a very loyal friend. I'm a good friend to have in your corner. Now, don't get it twisted though. If you do me wrong, it's done. I'm a terrible enemy to have. Like I truly am. But I promise you, if I'm your friend, like I ride hard for people that I care about. Okay. I'm telling you right now, Kiarna, you dropped the ball right here because I would have cursed Gizelle out. First of all, don't you ever talk to me like that. And don't you sit up here and talk badly to my friend who paid for this charter jet. Who are you talking to? Show some respect. Kiarna, I don't know why you're so mealy mouth, so mush mouth around these women, but it's got to stop. You have all this mouth for Stacy, but yet you can't even ride for your friend when they're attacking her. No, ma'am, it couldn't be me. Kiarna, you need to step it up as a friend because there's no way that anybody could talk to my friend like that in front of me. It wouldn't happen. It would have been a knockdown, drag out argument on that plane had that happened to my friend while I was there. It's not happening. It's not happening. Absolutely not. Yes, Gizelle was talking like she was talking to children. It wouldn't have happened. Listen, Kiarna, I need you to open your mouth and stop talking so much in your confessional and stop having these side conversations with Angel. Talk to them, address them. They were out of line, all of them. So now Angel says, yes, please hear me out. Angel, you're too soft-spoken. I need you to put some bass in your voice. I need you to address them because Miss Mamas, there's no way that I'm begging for you to hear me out when we're on my plane that I'm paying for by the hour, $8,000 by the hour. There's no way. You said Angel's grown, she can speak for herself. Listen, I'm aware that she's grown, can speak for herself, but there's nothing like having a friend to have your back. You know what I'm saying? Especially if they would do the same thing for you. Just my 2 cents. I think that I have an issue with friends who feel like, well, yeah, you can fend for yourself because I'm not like that. I like a friend who's going to have my back if their folks are attacking me, period. That's just how I am. And again, I can only speak for myself. But as for me, if you want to be my friend, I need to know that if people come at me, you're going to jump in and say, oh, no, you're not going to talk to her like that. That's not going to happen because that's how I am when it comes to my friends. You know what I'm saying? That's just me, though. Karen would have had her back if she was there. I agree. And yep, she did need backup. Listen, I don't play that. I'll cut somebody off for that too. Because what do you mean I have your back, but when people are coming at me, you just sit there on mute? I can't do that. I can't. I need you to ride for me the same way I ride for you. That's just me, though. So, and even the strongest person, do you know how jarring that is to have folks coming at you one by one? That's a lot to take in. I don't care how witty you are. I don't care how slick your mouth is. That's a lot to take in mentally. Folks are bullying you, piling on you. You need somebody by your side to have your back and say, no, you're not going to do that. I know you're not talking. Girl, shut the F up. Don't you ever. You need that. You need that. Yes, it's 8 against 1. Listen, it's not right. It's very draining. It's very draining. So now, again, y'all, just my opinion, my 2 cents about this whole matter. So, and I'm coming to you with my perspective. I like a friend who I know has my back when times are crazy and folks are coming at me. Just my opinion. Okay? You said if I was Angel, I would have just crashed out and fought everybody. So anyhow, we have Wendy jumping in. And I said, I need y'all to let Angel finish speaking. They kept interrupting her, and that was really bothering me. So Wendy says, no one even said, are you guys okay? No one said, is the water back? No one even pretended to care. No one even said, hey, we could send you an Uber and you guys can take a shower at my house. That's what a host would say. I said, Wendy, we hadn't seen this much mouth from you when you got assaulted by Mia. We didn't hear you address the host. We didn't hear you talk about what she did to you. You got knocked upside your head and got water splashed on you. And then the next thing we know, 3 episodes later, y'all are showing Kat in Mexico playing patty cake. And in the following season, you were groveling for her friendship and she never even apologized to you. You have more smoke for Angel than you did for the person who assaulted you. I don't understand that. I'm confused. Because I know in my world, there's no way that I would have more smoke for Angel over an honest mistake versus somebody who didn't try to, they did, went upside my head and never even apologized for it. They stood 10 toes down in it and laughed when they were addressed by Andy Cohen. So I'm confused. I'm very confused. Yes, Wendy's the same person who couldn't even go into Gizelle's construction site to use the restroom. Exactly. You know, Wendy had to drive 3 hours to go to Gizelle's home in season 6 when she threw that horrible, reasonably shady party. And you know she had to use that restroom. She asked to use the restroom, and Gizelle said, "Nope, I don't want you to using my restroom. You can go pee in the bushes." Is that what a good host does? Is that what a good host does? But you have all this mouth for Angel, but you didn't have any of this mouth for Gizelle or Mia, who have done 10 times worse to you and did it intentionally and did it on purpose. Interesting. Okay. Interesting. Very interesting to me. It's just is very interesting to me. I'm confused. Because where do we do that at? Where do we do that at? So now Gizelle says, yeah, we haven't heard Jack SHIT from you. With all these ladies, I would never leave them high and dry with no water to wipe our ass, to brush our teeth and do a damn thing. It's effed up. Now, Gizelle, you're the same woman who denied entry when Wendy asked to use your bathroom in season 6. You let her have to hold in her urine. So for you to say that you would never do this is really rich, because Miss Mamas, you have done far worse. And we all know that there was a time where you hated Wendy so bad that you even said to the group, well, if she's coming, then I won't be there. You were trying to ice Wendy out the group. When it came to vacations, cast trips, you didn't care if she got the worst room. Had she frozen to death, you wouldn't have cared. So don't for 1 minute have us believing that if you and Wendy were still on the outs, that you would have had her hooked up on a vacation. No, you wouldn't have. That's a bold-faced lie. A bold-faced lie. So now we have Angel says again, let me apologize. Gizelle says, it's too late. It's too late. Right then, get off the plane. Get off my private jet. Ashley, you can go too. Wendy, go with them. Who are you talking to? Do you know how miserable you have to be to not accept an apology, a sincere apology? And on top of that, let's not forget one thing. Everybody knows that Angel did not purposely do this. The house just happened to be a mess. It wasn't her fault. Yes, they're allowed to be annoyed, but to be this angry to this extent, the anger is disproportionate. And I'm saying this to somebody who I need to take a shower every minute of the day. Okay. listen, I get the frustration, I get the annoyance, but as for me and my house, I would have just gone to a hotel the minute I saw they were having problems with the water, and I would have called it a day. So now, Angel says again, let me apologize, I hear you. And Gizelle says, you couldn't have texted, I'm sorry, guys. We know how Gizelle is. When Gizelle does not like somebody, whatever you do is not going to be right in her eyes. Even if Angel apologized to you guys through text, it would have still been a problem. Even if Angel had said, guys, I want to pay for the Four Seasons accommodations for you, pack your stuff up, it would still be a problem. Gizelle is determined to find fault no matter what. So Angel is in a lose-lose situation. You can't win for losing when it comes to folks like Gizelle. If she does not like you, whatever you do is not going to be right. Think back to when she couldn't stand Monique. Monique rolled out the red carpet for her at that trip to Cannes. Remember how Monique gave her and Robin the penthouse suite at the hotel they were staying at in Cannes, and Robin and Gizelle found a problem with that too. They were like, oh, why would you give it to us? She don't even like us. Why wouldn't you give it to your friend Candace? It's like, when it comes to Gizelle, the goalpost, the line is always moving, in the words of Candace Dillard Bassett. When some people are like that, they have so much hate in their hearts that whatever you do, they're going to find an issue with because they just don't like you. And that's the thing with Gizelle when it comes to Angel. It's ridiculous. So now, Angel does say, look, I should have reached out, but I did ask how they were doing. And once I heard how they were doing, I jumped into fixing mode. I went into the mode where I wanted to rectify the situation. I've been up since the crack of dawn, trying to find a solution. And Gizelle's like, so have we. So have we. We've been up since the crack of dawn too. I said, oh my gosh, can you let the woman speak? Shut up. So now Gizelle starts yelling at Kiarna, and she's like, Kiarna, you're too busy being up her ass. I said, who are you talking to? Kiarna, the fact that you allow Gizelle to talk to you crazy tells me a lot about who you are. It's giving very much weak-minded. It's giving, I want to be a part of Gizelle's clique, so let me just be quiet and take my licks. There is no way that Gizelle could yell at me like that. Absolutely not. Telling you to shut up and you're up your friend's ass. Wait, hold on. Time out. Could we not say the same about Ashley being up Gizelle's ass? So it's okay when Gizelle has flunkies, but when someone else has friends, now it's a problem. Kiarna girl, I don't know what's going on. The fact that you allow Gizelle to even talk to you like that says a lot, because there is no way in hell that she would have said that to me. There's no way. There's no way. And you know what the craziest part about this is, I still can't get over the fact that Gizelle was my favorite in season 1. I thought she was cool. I thought she was funny, nice. And the fact that I just feel completely, girl, I'm so gagged. I mean, you could have never told me that after season 1, Gizelle was going to be a complete nightmare, but it really shows you that there is like an evil spirit, because it's like, girl, what is going on? You're just so miserable. You are a miserable and hateful woman, because why are we doing this? So anyhow, Kiarna says, no, I'm not. Now Tia says, I was trying to process what Angel was saying. Gizelle's like, she's not saying ish. So Tia says, they were upset with me as well. I woke up, but I woke up and saw Angel crying. I knew she wanted this trip to go well, but I should have reached out to my other friends as well. So now Tia says she was back to back trying to find, some help, a solution for you guys. So now Angel jumps back in and says, I should have called you guys, but as soon as I was made aware of the problem, I had tried to find you guys new accommodations. So Gizelle interrupts and says, Angel, I'm so sorry, sweetie. Don't you think I get that? Because I told all these girls, pack your ish. What we're doing is not staying in the projects because of Angel. I get that the house has been off and on and real funny with the water, but for you to compare the house to the projects, girl, the audacity when you guys have stayed in worse places, y'all have had horrible trips. Potomac has never given us luxury, maybe once or twice, but the audacity. You had Ashley up there putting you guys at the Holiday Inn season 8 playing chicken shit bingo. Was that luxury? Mia had you in that Airbnb in Miami with barely any Wi-Fi, not enough bedrooms or bathrooms. And she had y'all eating Subway sandwiches on a raft. Was that luxury? But now you want to complain and talk about this is the projects. Okay, girl. Yes, not a private jet in sight. Yeah, they were on a paddle boat. They were on a paddle boat eating Subway and didn't even have enough money to get their own Subway sandwich. They had to split a 6-inch sub. They had to eat a piece of a sub on a paddle boat. But she wants to talk about this is just the worst. This is the projects. Got it. So now Angel says it's not the projects. So now Ashley says, oh, by the way, the heat in the house was up to 90 degrees. Wendy jumps in and says, yeah, Monique woke up and her face was swollen. So Stacey says, yeah, her face was double the size. So you have Monique cackling on the side. Angel says, last night, I found out that there were issues with the water pressure and issues with the well. While you guys were at my house, we sent over an electrician to the house to check it out. And we also sent the property manager to the house as well to make sure that it was okay. I was informed that the water pressure was back up and that there weren't any issues. Gizelle says, even if there were no water issues, you hadn't checked on any of us. I said, you see what I'm talking about? Every time Angel provides a new solution, Gizelle has an issue with that. The woman has just told you that while you were at her house for those 3 or 4 hours, she had sent people over to make sure that it was okay. You still find an issue. You are determined to make Angel look like she's a horrible host, broke, and raggedy, and that's just not the case. Is this ideal? No. Do you have the right to be annoyed about there being no water? Yes, you do. But to take it to this extreme where you're berating her and trashing her, no, ma'am. That's where you've lost me. You said, but Gizelle is not wrong. Again, she has every right to be upset, but there's a way to conduct yourself, and this isn't it. On top of that, it's one thing if this were purposely done, but this wasn't her fault. This is out of her control. So to say that Giselle's not wrong, I get that, but she is wrong in how she's handling this. You don't handle yourself like this, especially as a grown adult. She's almost 60 years old acting like this. You don't throw a temper tantrum because things have gone left. This was an honest mistake. Yes, she was determined to have a bad time. Exactly. You said I don't agree with that. We can agree to disagree. I don't agree that she's a horrible host. I don't agree about her being a horrible host. I think that she is a good host. I think that these were terrible conditions. And she's getting the short end of the stick because these women are determined to paint her out to be. Listen, y'all. I can't. I'm annoyed. I'm annoyed for her. Okay. You said she's a horrible host. You said, oh, I don't think she did this on purpose, y'all. I feel like production set her up too. I agree. I agree with that too, because that's what it's giving. Also, has Gizelle ever been a good host? Can we talk about that? Gizelle has never been a good host. We never see a good spread. There's barely any food. Won't let people come to her home to use the restroom. One good trip to Nevis does not a good hostess make. But I guess, child. Yes, even if everything were perfect, they would say something. I agree. So, yes, she's not a horrible host. Exactly. She had to deal with things out of her control. I agree. Now, let me play this clip. Shout out to Giorgio Says, a content creator. He gave some tea about this whole thing being a setup by production. I'm going to play it right here, and then we'll come back and talk about this, okay? So hold on, y'all.
I'm wrong. And after my last recap on the latest episode of Real Housewives of Potomac, Yeah, production editors, you got me. I got this all wrong. So after doing some digging and investigating and speaking to people, one being one of my very good sources, I got a lot of context that shifts everything about the episode and this whole cast trip. So what I've learned is the house that the ladies are staying in that had the water issues and all the stuff, that was not booked by Angel. It was not her choice. She did not pick that house. This was picked by production and at the last minute. I was also told that Angel did not get to see this house until a day before the ladies arrived, and she did raise concerns about the home for a number of reasons, in which allegedly production said these women have stayed in worse places. I was also told that Gizelle made an issue of these accommodations not to Angel, but to higher ups, and that is why they were being moved. Also, that really weird scene where the guys just look like they're sitting there staring at the women, not engaging them. Well, I found out that this scene was filmed about 2 or 3 times, so this edit looks weird for a very good reason. Angel also suggested that all the women initially stay at the Four Seasons together because she understood her home was far away and it would be annoying to get to back and forth. So this very much smells like a setup, and it seems that the production team were desperate to get drama started, and they were going to do so on the back of Angel. Because she was given the responsibility of planning this trip, but it seems that she didn't really have a lot of say in how it went. But what it did do was feed certain cast members more of a storyline. Shocker, because they have nothing else going on, and I have mentioned that, and that critique is correct. This season is trash. But where I went wrong was my harsh critique on Angel and not having the full context, because as we know, editors can be very shady with how they put things together. So after learning everything that I learned, I need to apologize. Angel, I'm sorry for my harsh critique. It was unfair based on the context that I was missing. This is some foul play, and now it makes sense why certain people like Candace don't want to be back on this show.
Hey y'all, so we're back. Shout out to Giorgio Says for that tea. I believe it. I wouldn't be surprised. Reality TV is a dirty game. Production will go to any length to make somebody look bad, especially if they have a favorite and they have somebody that is not really their favorite or a newbie. It wouldn't surprise me. None of this would surprise me. I think that it's interesting that when it's Angel's trip, all this goes wrong. So again, I wouldn't be surprised if this is true. Just saying. Again, y'all, let me just say this respectfully. I see something going on in the chat. Jameer, I might have to. Jameer, you know my signal, because we talked about it in the last chat. I got to put the church finger up, and you can just do your thing. Some of y'all in the chat are getting a little bit too spicy for my takes. If you can't be respectful, Jameer will have to just escort you out. Okay, this is my opinion. If you don't agree, that's fine. But I will not tolerate disrespect in the chat. Don't disrespect me. Don't talk crazy to the other subscribers in the chat. We're here for a good time. There is too much craziness in this world, especially if you live in the United States of America, okay? We are here for some fun, some laughs. That's it, and that's all. Please be respectful, all right? I want you all to enjoy. So if you want to be a contrarian, if you want to be screaming and talking in all caps, Jameer will have to show you the door, okay? So just let's all be respectful, okay? That's it. That's all. It's not that deep. It is not that deep, okay? There are people, there are content creators who are saying what you want to hear. Feel free to watch them. Feel free, okay? All right. Because these Potomac lives have been getting a little bit too lit lately. And we got to put a stop to that. That's why subscribers only. I've had to put a minimum amount of time that you can even comment, because it's been getting too spicy, too crazy. So we've been through too much, okay? I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. But I just please, Tony, I saw some things in the chat, and I just said, Oh, okay. All right. Thank you. You almost need members only. I was thinking about that, but then that's like really strict. That's like nobody will be able to comment if I do members only, right? Because it'll only be members, and I'll have to pick you guys out, like who I want to be a member. So, or no, it might be. We're already at limited comments now. I might have to even up it even more, but I don't want to do that. I'm still holding out hope. Okay. Oh my gosh. A TV show, honey, I'm telling you, Potomac's turning into Jersey. No, I agree. It's time for us to take it down a notch. Let's all breathe. Deep breath. Inhale, everybody, inhale. Exhale. Okay? My nervous system is regulated. I don't know about y'all, but I have a regulated nervous system, and I want you to have one too. So, 2 places I'm not going back and forth with anybody. So if you see me put this church finger up, that means Jameer, just take, get him out. Okay. So I don't want to have to put this up. So let's all relax. Amen. Won't he do it? God is good. Okay. All right. Everybody, let's watch that caps lock, okay? I need you to talk to me in lowercase. Turn that caps lock off, okay? Okay. Oh my gosh. Y'all stress me out, honey. Yes, if you don't mean any disrespect, just preface it. Yes, that's all. Listen, if you're passionate about it, just say, Brooke, I'm not trying to come at you, but I don't agree, XYZ, that's fine. But when you come with all caps and you're talking, spicy, I don't know if you're coming for me. So that's all. I don't ask much of y'all. I don't. I just want y'all to have a good time, okay? That's what we're here for. So, whoo, Jesus. That's it. Okay. Oh my gosh. All right. It's something about this show that brings out the worst in people. No, I agree. Everybody get your waist trainers on. Yes, there are many anti-angel YouTubers that can go there. But you know what, though? Some people get off on arguing with folks that they don't agree with. So it's a turn on for some people. Some people get real turned on. They get real tingly over coming over here to argue when they can go over to somebody else who they agree with. So, all right. Inhale. Everybody inhale. Exhale. Feel good? Okay, good. All right. Some of y'all type like you're constipated because that will also affect your moods too. So some of y'all need to just use the restroom and come back when you're lighter. Don't come on here with all this nonsense. So oh my God. No, I'm serious. No, it's the truth. Some people's gut health is backed up. Eat some dates, eat some figs, something. Because some of y'all are coming on here talking to me like you need some help. All right, we're good? Yeah, honey, they're about to be mad at me about that, child. They're going to be mad about that. They can be mad. I said what I said. It is what it is. And I'm going to say it again. Oh my gosh. Come back when you're lighter, in a better mood. Don't come over here with this crap. Now, where were we? Goodness. So we have Angel saying that she's found, sorry, I skipped. Kiarna says, I've been on multiple cast trips at this point. I've had bunk beds, shared bathrooms. These ladies have been in this group longer than I have. It's not their first rodeo. We all know that things happen. I said, Kiarna, thank you. These women know all about bad trips. So I don't know why they're acting brand new now. So Angel says, I found you guys alternate accommodations. Gizelle interrupts her again. Stacy's like, Gizelle, where are we going? So Gizelle says, now y'all know I'm a Four Seasons girl. So I called my friends over at the Four Seasons. That's where we'll be staying. I said, well, we had no idea that you were a Four Seasons girl because all the trips on this show for the last 10 years have been horrible. You guys have stayed at so many 3-star hotels. Who knew that you were a 5-star girl? And again, 1 5-star trip to Nevis does not a great hostess make, but I digress. So now Ashley says, we were in the trenches today. I mean, the trenches. I said, now, Ashley, you should know all about the trenches. Did you have all these complaints when Sheila had you guys in the 10 under I-95? I'll wait. Because respectfully, no, disrespectfully, you can never read me on anything. You can never read me on anything. Absolutely not. The gall, the audacity. Michael kicked you out of that penthouse several times, but now you want to act brand new. Stop it. I was livid. Yeah, she was a happy camper, literally. You said sharing a piss pot, child. Oh my gosh. I just cannot. Oh my gosh. Y'all have me screaming today. Yes, AKA I finally got production to cover my hotel expenses. That's what it gave. That's what it gave. Gizelle was on that phone hooting and hollering and begging production to pay for their 4-season stay. Because again, in my opinion, had I noticed that they were having water issues, I would have had my butt to the 4 Seasons in the first place immediately. A mess. So, so now Gizelle says in the past 10 years, we've been on some trips, but in terms of accommodations, this is the worst, hands down. Coming in second was the Chesapeake trip. The Chesapeake trip, that was Wendy's trip in season 6. Gizelle, once again, you guys have had a host of horrible trips. Don't you dare act like this is the worst trip ever. Mia's trip in Miami was horrible. Ashley's trip to Austin was horrible. Where else? Who else had a horrible trip? Y'all have always had horrible trips. So don't you dare try to act like it's always been 5-star luxury. It has not. So now Angel says, well, you know what? It's going to be a great time in Aspen. And Gizelle says, well, it's because of us, not you. So Angel says, well, girl, we're on this jet because of me. I said, let him know, Greg. Now, first of all, if you want to sit up here and shit on me and my trip and say that it's because that, you know, it's only a good time because of us, I would have said, you guys can leave right now. Y'all get off my plane. Angel, if I were you, I would have really made things a mess. I would have said, y'all can get the F off this plane right now. They would have been kicked off of the private jet. How dare you? How dare you? So now Gizelle says, well, I'd rather have running water than a jet. Washing my ass is more important than a private jet. Gizelle, you're right. However, this was not purposely done. And you guys could have gone to a hotel a lot earlier. On top of that, you keep acting as if Angel wanted this to happen. She's apologized to you numerous times. She said that she had the electrician and the property manager come and check things out. Now we're finding out that production was in cahoots with you to make her look crazy. Girl, you just, oh my gosh. I have never seen somebody determined to be miserable. You just want to be mad. Yes, they were so rude. Okay? You said Gizelle is a lie. She did not get on that jet without a bath. Exactly. They said they weren't even staying there at night. Exactly. Child, all from people who don't even know how to have people at their house properly. No cheese and crackers, no fruit, but they are all. Wait, hold on. Can we talk about this for a minute? Every time Gizelle has people over to her house, does she ever have any food for them? She had the sorry spread with 3 crackers, 2 pieces of cheese at the Reasonably Shady party where she wouldn't let Wendy use the restroom. She had cookies, and she had maybe a croissant when she had them over earlier this season. I just feel like you have Ashley. Ashley has people over to her house and doesn't have a stitch of food for anybody, but now they know all about hosting and etiquette. Can we talk about how Gizelle will show up to their homes empty-handed? Gizelle will go to a housewarming empty-handed. Who does that? That is a complete no-no when it comes to etiquette. You don't come to anybody's home empty-handed, period. But yet you want to get on her about being a bad host. Child, I can't. And that family flop day that you guys had with the half-eaten Popeye's chicken, Gizelle, I don't know what you brought, a mess. You have no right. You have no right to talk about anybody. Potomac is something else. So now Angel says the intention was never for you to have a poor experience. I don't want you guys to have a bad time on my watch. So now Stacy jumps in and says, but we did. I said, oh, Stacy, really, girl? They've been on you since day one, and now you want to hop on Angel? Really? Really? And Stacy, no offense, girl, I like you and all, but let's talk about the events that you've thrown. Because what was it, to raise money for dogs last season, that charity event that you had with TJ, and the dogs were doing their business all over the place. I didn't see any food. Girl, stop. You had the girls over last season. You had a cube of cheese and 1 bottle of champagne. So I wouldn't say too much, Stacy. I wouldn't say too much either. So now, Kiarna says, can we just toast? Stacy says, Kiarna, what do you mean can we toast? Nobody wants to toast. What are you saying? Kiarna says, I'm just trying to be a champion because I know that this trip means a lot to Angel. Angel was taking accountability. I want this to be a good time. I apologize to you ladies for not reaching out to you. So now Jazzy says, let's toast to Gizelle for getting us the 4 seasons. So they all toast to Gizelle. Now again, it would have been right here that everybody except for Tia and Kiarna would have been kicked out. Because what do you mean we're toasting to somebody else, somebody who just bitched me out for 10 minutes straight? You wanted cheers to her? No, ma'am. Jazzy, you're really clicking down for me in this episode because, girl, you tried it. And you're very two-faced. And I don't know if you're on Angel's side or on their side, but what doing that right there was nasty work. And I would have had you kicked off of the plane because don't you ever play in my face like that. That was, it was so disgusting. I was so annoyed. Honey, I was so annoyed. Who toast to Gizelle on my jet? Exactly. They would have been out. They would have been out immediately. It was egregious. It was. Why they kiss up so much to that gizzard? A mess. No toast for the person that provided the private jet. Exactly. Toasted with Angel's drinks. The gag of it all. Child, not me, girl. You said everybody's champagne would have been on the floor. Same here. Jazzy played in Angel's face. Same. They all would have been out. Everybody would have been out except for Tia and Kiarna. Jazzy is salty, wanting to be picked. Child, a mess. Guys, let me read a few super chats before we go on. I know I have a bunch of super chats to read, so let me just read a few. Hey LCM 1983, thank you for the super chat. The way I took a jet to this live to hear what you had to say. Oh, you knew I was heated. Hey Island Princess, thank you for the super chat. Angel is a bad host. She didn't even check in. I don't know. Here's my thing. I feel like a bad host is somebody who is intentional about making sure that you have a bad time. I think that somebody who cares and things are out of their control, that's not a bad host to me. And I talk about hosting all the time, but I feel like somebody going out of their way to make sure that you have a bad time, that's a bad host. Also, do you feel the same way about Gizelle and Mia and Robin and Ashley when they've hosted? Because we've seen them host and also drag their guests. Let's talk about Gizelle. Gizelle, when they went to Nevis earlier this season, she purposely didn't have a monogrammed bag and robe and handwritten letter for Stacey. Is that not being a bad host? And she was intentional. That was on purpose. So that's my thing. To purposely ice somebody out of on a vacation, that's being a bad host to me. So we're gonna have to agree to disagree there, in my opinion. In my opinion. Hey Kalani Films, thank you for the super chat. Oh yes, I read yours about Angel not knowing how to play the reality TV game. Yes. Hey Bryce, thank you for the super sticker. I appreciate you. Thank you. Hey Jarrell 2213, thank you for the super chat. Pickup truck Monique and Tent City Sheila. Child, what a duo. Hey Sunivia, thank you for the super chat. Mind you, Wendy was getting bopped upside her head 3 years ago while Gizelle cheered, and this is who she's falling behind like a flunky. Listen, I will never understand it. I will never understand it. Gizelle said out of her mouth, I don't care that Wendy got assaulted because I don't like her. Stood 10 toes down on that. She was clapping and happy when Mia was going upside her head. And this is who Wendy has aligned herself with. It makes no sense to me. It is crazy. But it goes to show you how a lot of these women want to follow behind the cool girl. It's very sad. Hey, Gadget Girl, thank you for the super chat. Gizelle is jealous of Angel's lifestyle, a hater. I agree with that. Hey, lovely lady E, thank you for the super chat. Why are y'all upset that they are being mistreated? To say it was not on purpose, but remove your friends so they don't have to go through it is interesting. Lovely lady E, thank you for the super chat. Listen, this is my opinion. You don't have to agree. We see things differently. I'm not saying that they're not allowed to be annoyed about this water situation. They have every right. But my thing is, she's not doing it on purpose. Listen, again, we can agree to disagree. That's it. I can't make it any plainer. I can't change how I feel about it. That's just how I feel. But thank you for the super chat. Thank you for your comment. I appreciate you. Hey, Mel, thank you for the super chat. Does anyone find it interesting that Gizelle always has a manufactured issue with women that are married and have more money than her? Oh, it's a pattern. It's definitely a pattern with Monique, with Candace, Wendy. It's definitely a pattern. It is definitely a pattern. It's a pattern, child. Wait, what happened now? Child, what's going on? Are y'all starting again? Listen, y'all. It's good. It's all good. I see some comments of y'all saying that something felt like shade or whatever. I don't think it felt like shade. In that listen, let's y'all, we're having a good time, okay? We're having a good time. Thank you, Jameer. I appreciate you. Listen, Jameer, just get them out. I don't just get them out. When you see them trolling, just get them out. Is the chat subbies only? It is. I turned it on, but yeah, child. So I'm looking like, is this subscribers only? YouTube, have you dropped the ball? I've seen your comment now for like 5 times in a row. You've been asking this now for forever. I don't know if this is trying to be funny. And now it's in all caps. It's early in the afternoon. I don't know. I don't feel like having wine today. Let's stick on topic. We're talking about Potomac right now. Let's talk about Potomac. I hope y'all are having a good holiday weekend. Is everybody okay? Thank you, Jameer. Jameer, thank you. No, seriously, that was her 10th time asking me that, and then for her to ask that in all caps, like, girl, what are we doing? I don't understand. Oh my gosh, babe, I'm asking the same thing. Is everybody okay? Jesus, take the wheel, please. Oh my gosh. Does this craziness happen to anybody in anybody else's life or no? I feel like Kempire's lives are smooth. Everybody else's lives are smooth. Does this happen to me, or does anybody else get this, or just me? Is it just me? Is it just me? Oh my gosh. Honey, we're not even 2 hours in. Oh my gosh. We're not. We're only an hour and 11 minutes in. Okay. Oh, they were trying to cut up in Kempire's live too. Oh, okay. It's just you, boo. It's Blue Monday. Haters are really pressed today. It's too much stuff going on right now. This is my peace channel. Thank you. Hardly you have the trolls pressed. Lavette, get your people. The chat's moving so fast too. It is. Okay, y'all. So now we get sorry, I apologize, y'all. That just kind of threw me because it's like we're not talking about that, and they had been asking that for like 10 times in a row. It was getting weird. Like, what is? If you don't see me with wine, I just have some water. Like, you keep asking the same thing. Like, enough already. So, yes, you walk right into some mess. You walk right into some mess, child. I already knew this chat was going to be on one today. I said it's going when an episode is crazy, I already know it's going to be something. They wanted a moment. They did want a moment. Y'all acting up on MLK Day. Exactly. They were trying to spam your chat. They were. We shall overcome. Oh my gosh. Okay. So now we find out that, we find out that Jazzy was a flight attendant for 11 years. Monique is talking to Gizelle and Ashley. They're on the plane, mind you. And she's like, what's this whole thing about the 2020 booty hole? Like, what are you talking about? So Gizelle shares a story of yesterday at Angel's house during the dinner. Stacy took out her contacts, and so she put them on the side of her plate. And so she said she finished her salad and then realized that her contacts weren't there. So we find out that Stacy ate her contacts. I said, you didn't feel that squishy? You weren't sick? You ate your contacts? For those of y'all who wear glasses or have contacts, have you ever eaten your contacts? Let me know. Let me know. Have you ever eaten your contacts? I was just like, girl, Stacey must be hungry, okay? So now they all laugh about that. So now we touched down in Aspen. I said, finally. So now we find out that they're going to be going to a private whiskey lounge for lunch and then head right over to Kimosabe. So Angel says, every celebrity hits Aspen. Kevin Costner, Rihanna, Kylie Jenner, everybody hits Aspen to play. So now we're at the whiskey lounge, and it's so funny to me because I noticed that Gizelle was the first to sit down at that table. I said, Gizelle is always ready to eat after berating somebody and icing them out. I said, I guess being a bully makes you hungry. But I thought it was so funny. I said, because personally, if I don't like somebody, I would not be trying to get a free meal out of them. I would have eaten somewhere else. You have such disdain for Angel, but yet you want to suck up all her resources, drink all her liquor, and eat all her food. Got it. Yeah, eat on someone else's dime. Exactly. Worked up an appetite, honey. Yes, yes. Like, cursing me out with a mouthful of my food. Exactly. She's a piece of work. Oh my gosh. So Monique's asking, Ashley asks if they have beer, and they say, no, we don't have beer or wine, just whiskey, vodka, gin. So now Ashley says whiskey does wonders. As soon as it enters these ladies, it's no holds bar. We see the flashbacks of Karen when they were drinking whiskey and Fireball and all that stuff. So now Monique's trying to make conversation. She asks Angel if Bobby and her come to this whiskey lounge a lot. Angel says, not really. We go to ski areas. We go to this place called Little Nell, a restaurant in one of the hotels. We're not good at skiing. So now Wendy jumps in and says, Angel, this is amazing. Thank you so much. I was actually shocked that Wendy gave her a compliment. I said, well, finally something, because all she's been getting is nothing but hate and shade. So it was nice to hear somebody say thank you for the free meal. Okay. And they've never eaten this well since Angel came in the picture. I mean, Angel has served up the best spreads on Potomac. All right. So Angel says, of course. And once again, I know you're not willing to accept my apology, but once again, I'm so sorry. I take full responsibility. Nobody says anything. Angel, let me just give you a tip, right? When you have people committed to being mad at you and misunderstanding you, no matter how many times you apologize, it's not going to be enough. So I want you to stop apologizing. Stop. Because when you over apologize, it shows weakness, it shows self-doubt, it shows insecurity, and it shows that you want to gain their favor. Stop doing it. You said sorry 10 times on the plane. Don't say it anymore. And then Gizelle just rolling her eyes, not paying any attention. I said, girl, just stop. It's enough already. If I hear you apologize one more time, I'm going to scream. So now we have Monique in her confessional saying, at this point, I have no choice but to be optimistic. It can't get any worse, but I'm going to get through this. But next time she invites me on another trip, I'm going to say no. I said, Monique, shut up. You'll be the first one with bells on if you do come back on for next season. If Angel invites you on another trip, you'll be right there. So please stop. The same way you said you'll never come back to this show, you don't need the little check, you're back on it 5-6 years later. So enough, please. Just running her mouth all the time. Goodness. So now they come out with some deviled eggs to start. Wendy's like, oh, these are some Aspen deviled eggs. These ain't your auntie's deviled eggs. I said, just be quiet and enjoy the free meal, please. I was taught that when somebody's treating you to a meal, you don't complain about it, especially not in front of their face. If you want better deviled eggs, leave and go somewhere else and get them. All that needs to be said is thank you, Angel, and keep eating the food. Y'all weren't raised right. You weren't, because you guys have so many complaints on somebody else's dime. It's ridiculous. So now Monique addresses Jazzy. She says, Jazzy, did you tell Angel the conversation that I had in the car with y'all? Jazzy says yes. Monique says, why? Jazzy says, because I was concerned. So now Wendy jumps in and says, she was concerned about everything that happened when we said we want to have the sleepover, and you said, I want to talk to Bobby about it. So Monique says, basically, I've noticed certain similarities between you and I. My concern is I don't want you to get to a point where you explode. Sometimes you're doing so much, even if your partner is contributing, it feels like it's not enough. And then you get into these girl circles and you're defensive, you're hard, you're ready to attack, and ready to attack or defend because of what you're experiencing at home that they might not be privy to. Monique, you were in a horrible marriage from jump. You were also very insecure. You were angry that not only were you with a man that you weren't in love with, but the fact that you were in a group where they weren't impressed by you. So it was that. It was your own insecurities plus what was going on in your house. Stop projecting that onto Angel, please. Angel was looking at you like, Trick, if you don't shut your mouth. She was just staring at you like, girl, keep going. Yeah, Monique was projecting, honey. Yes, the reach of it all. Please heal off screen. Exactly. Monique, worry about yourself. Exactly. Monique's return is a flop. It is. I was yelling at the TV saying, Angel, now is the time to get Mo together. I agree. So now she says, I know what it took for me to get to that level of awakening, and I don't want to see you in that position. Monique, respectfully, Monique, how have you found an awakening when you've yet to take ownership for what you did to Candace? You've yet to apologize. You have yet to say, I was dead ass wrong for that. We've yet to hear that out of your mouth, but yet you've reached awakening. Shut up, please. I've never heard somebody who's healed constantly talking about their healing journey. The healing journey is the same as Whitney from SLC's healing journey. It's non-existent. And if you were healed, we wouldn't have to hear about it every minute of the day because you're not healed. It's aggravating. Partially awake on her healing journey, okay? So now Angel says, so you're wondering if that's my lived experience? It's not. I said, get her again. Angel says, Monique doesn't know anything about my marriage. My husband pampers me to the nth degree. This is not a depleted woman. I am a fulfilled woman full of abundance and happiness. So now Angel says, look, last night when I said I want to check with my husband, it's a respect thing. Those are his children too, right? Now, Monique, you used to be a married woman. You are newly divorced. Wendy, you're married. You seem to be in a happy marriage with you and Eddie. You and Eddie seem to be, you are a true duo in love and in crime, allegedly. So Wendy, you should know that you check in with your husband. I'm sure that when you guys go out or you go out with other people, whatever, with friends, I'm sure you check in with Eddie too, and vice versa. If he's out with his boys, he checks in with you as well. I was waiting for the married women to say, you know what, y'all are reaching. It's normal to check in. Yes, Bonnie and Clyde, thank you. I knew it was, thank you. I knew I was forgetting the names of that famous crime duo. Thank you. Pam and Hennessy, Slim and Queen. You said Team Angel on that one. Yes, I agree. Stop trying to explain anything to these hoochies, okay? Like, Wendy, you know how it goes. You know how it goes. So why, I was surprised that Wendy just sat there because Wendy, you know what it's like to be in a happy marriage and you guys talk to each other. So now, Jazzy says, that was concerning for me too. So Angel's like, well, why is that concerning? So Jazzy says it was concerning because of what Monique had shared prior. So now we cut to Jazzy's confessional and she says, as a wag myself, there are a lot of wags who have lost who they are in the idea of becoming a wife. I think that Angel's one of the ones who's trying to find her footing. Jazzy, I'm going to tell you straight like this. You sat up here and kept dating a man who had 2 outside babies on you and you married him. You and Angel are not the same. So please stop. First of all, girl, you made no sense. You made no sense. That's not fair for you to say that. And I'm sorry, Jazzy, but you are also newly married, I believe, right? Yeah, you guys got married like, what, 6 weeks ago? Angel's been married for now like 6 or 7 years. I'm sorry, girl. You're out of your league with this one. You should keep your mouth shut. Keep your mouth shut. I don't know why I don't know where you see she's lost herself. You lost yourself still marrying a man who cheated on you while you guys were dating and had 2 outside kids. If that's not losing yourself, I don't know what is. I was aggravated, child. I just, Jazzy, your behavior in this episode was concerning me. It was giving double agent. I don't know who can trust you. I just, That's why, and also I just want to ask all of for everybody who's married, right? I'm a big believer in, let me ask the experts, right? I'm a single woman. So let me ask my married folks in the chat. Is Angel not checking in with Bobby? Isn't that normal? Like, my parents checked in with each other when my mom had girls' nights. But like, they check in. Like, I don't know. That did not raise alarm bells. For all the parents and married people out there, don't you check in with your spouse? Please let me know. Okay, you said I'm calling my husband every time. Thank you. Very normal and respectful. It's normal. It's partnership. Thank you. Jazzy can't even speak on it. Yes, that's normal. Mary, you better check in with me. I will as well. It's normal. I check in with my husband. That's just respect. Yes, it's normal. Whack Jazzy, Brooke. Thank you. Listen, I'm going to whack her again and again and again. Yeah, I don't know what the big issue was, especially with kids. Angel has small children. Yes. She has a busy life. Checking in with her husband is normal. It's definitely normal. That's very normal. Even if I'm going with family, I check with my man about our kids. Married people check in without kids in the mix. Exactly. Even in partnership. Yes, it's normal. Okay, thank you. Married 26 years. Okay. All right, come on. We have some skin in the game, honey. 26 years. Checking in, especially with small children, is normal. I check with my husband very much. Extremely normal. Plus, she's still breastfeeding. You said it's very normalized behavior. You have to check in with your spouse. Who doesn't? Thank you. Okay, so 37 years and we do check in. Okay, so we have some real experts checking in. 26 years, 37 years. So thank you. So the experts have spoken. I appreciate y'all. I really appreciate y'all, okay? Because Jazzy, Monique, none of them made any sense. So thank y'all for sharing. I really appreciate y'all. Because, honey, every time I have an opinion on on certain things about marriage, honey, the good married folks get mad at me. So I want to check in with y'all to make sure that I'm not talking out of turn. I didn't see anything wrong with Angel asking Bobby, but I'm glad that I got the cosign that I was correct in my thinking. We're all on the same page. Okay. I appreciate y'all. So, so before all the haters try to come at me, the married folks told me that it's very normal. So, so anyhow, Gizelle says, you knew you were coming to Colorado. Why wouldn't you have childcare taken care of so that this wasn't even a conversation? Angel says, I do have childcare. I have our babysitter here till 9 p.m. We have her there tonight, but I still want to discuss with my husband what we're doing instead. Let me tell you this, Angel, you don't owe Gizelle any explanation. The way that she spoke to you on that private jet that you paid for, I would have paid her dust. Gizelle, you have some nerve, and we know how you are about your girls. You would be damned if somebody questioned you about your daughters. Don't you dare question her about her kids. She doesn't have to answer you about that. I'm not even a parent, and even I know you don't do that. And I'm still pissed off at you for how y'all spoke to her at that family flop day while her baby was in her lap, because I would never do that. Y'all have no respect. There's no boundaries, no respect. Y'all are just nasty. How dare you question her about her children's schedule? It's none of your business. And Angel, you're better than me, because I would have told you, girl, mind your business. I don't F with you. You already had me effed up on that plane. Don't you ever question me about the schedule of my kids. Keep your mouth shut. I was really pissed for Angel. How dare she? How dare she? So now Wendy says, I think the bigger issue is Jazzy, Monique said multiple times that I want to have this conversation with her one-on-one. Jazzy says, well, I told her because Angel is my friend. So now Gizelle's like, Jazzy, when did you and Angel get so close? Why are you questioning when they got close? Why do you care? Why do you care? I was so irritated. I said the fact that she just questions people is really mind-boggling, because I don't know, they let her get away with a lot. So now Jazzy says, Angel is my friend. We became super close. She called me since I met her. So now Wendy's like, she calls you off camera? And Jazzy says, yes. So now Gizelle says, that's the issue. Now, what's the issue? So you're allowed to have real friendship with Ashley off camera, but Jazzy can have a real friendship with Angel off camera? Is that what you're saying? You're the only one who's allowed to talk to people off camera? What does that mean? Well, that's an issue. How is that an issue that they talk off camera? Isn't that a good thing? Child, yes, it is jealousy. It very much is jealousy. That was so weird. Angel sort of went Lisa Rinna on them. I agree. I would have gave Gizelle a parachute and said, jump, you can leave. Honey. So now Gizelle says, no, Jazzy says, Angel wanted me at her house, by the way. She just got Tia by default. So Tia was like, excuse me, now why am I in it? So Angel does confirm that she did originally want Tia, Jazzy, and Kiana at her house, but because she did not have a third room available for Jazzy, that's why Jazzy's with everybody else. So now Tia says, well, I'm sure if she wanted you there, you would have been there. That's not by default. So Jazzy says, yes, use your brain. That is by default. Jazzy was being really weird. Jazzy, I don't know what your issue is, but girl, you need some help. Like, you're flopping for me. Again, you're clicking down because I don't know where this smoke is coming from. It was really weird. Very weird. So now Tia was like, where on earth did you pop out with that narrative? If Angel wanted you in her home, you would have been there and I wouldn't. But guess who's there? I am. So now Wendy says to Angel, I just want you to stand on business and stop running. Just look and say, I don't F with you like that, stand on it. So Angel's trying to defend herself. Wendy interrupts her and says, that's BS, just own it. I said, now, Miss Wendy, Dr. Wendy, I'll give you this. That's solid advice, because do I want Angel to say it with her chest? Yes, I do. But Wendy, I just have one question for you. And please feel free to jump in. Wendy, did you stand on business when it came to Mia assaulting you in season 7? Did you stand on business? Did you pay her dust? Or did you cave and fold quickly? 3 episodes later, y'all were playing patty cake up in Mexico, showing each other your cats, joking about bumping purses. And then you grovel to be her friend in the next season when she said she wasn't apologizing. So did you stand on business when you got clocked upside your head? Did you stand on business? Or did you beg for friendship for somebody that assaulted you? I just had to ask a question. I was confused by that. Right message, wrong messenger. I would have sat there and ate my food respectfully. Respectfully. Because there's no way in the world that I'm sitting up there fake flirting, doing anything with somebody who assaulted me on national television and never apologized. And Mia has yet to apologize to this day. She has yet to say, I'm sorry for what I've done. You never got an apology, not even a piece of an I'm sorry. And you still went after her friendship after she did what she did to you. So again, I respect the message, but wrong messenger. Wrong messenger about standing on business. Just saying. Just saying. I'm confused. I'm really confused. Wendy is acting like what happened to her seasons 6 through 8 never happened. And I know that you want to wipe that from your memory, but we have not, okay? Again, Wendy, I wouldn't speak on standing on business because no business was stood on after you were assaulted. Just saying. So now, they all call out Angel, and Gizelle's like, you know what, moving on, let's go to Kimosabe, we're done here. Girl, it's not your trip. Let Angel announce that the lunch is done. Who are you to say, well, we're done here? Girl, again, you would have been kicked off. You would have been kicked out. You've been kicked off this trip. Go back to Denver and go home. Like, I'm not going to sit up here and do this. The audacity. So now Ashley says that she wants to meet some men. Where the men at? Tia says in her confessional that Angel has become a target. A lot is thrown at her. She does apologize, but it's a pile on. So now we see Angel crying at the table, and we have Ashley and Monique trying to comfort her. So Monique says, you have the power, you have the control. It's about not being afraid of what people think about you. Like, just be yourself. Monique, what are you talking about? And first of all, don't you dare console me when you're the one who made me cry. Y'all sat up here cursing this lady out from 10 a.m. on the jet to at this lunch, talk about her marriage, and now you want to console me and comfort me? Have you lost your mind? I said, y'all need help. I would have said, Ashley, get the F away from me. Ashley, that is Ashley's favorite play. She will curse you out, talk about you, dig up dirt, and then say, why are you crying? Why are you mad? It's okay. It's like, y'all, there's an evil spirit. There's no way that I could sit up there and bash somebody and then comfort them like I was always on their side. This is true sickness. True sickness. You said, well, Brooke, in Mayweather's defense, she was quiet on the jet. She didn't do a lot of the pile on. You know what? Fine. I'll be fair. Monique didn't really add on to the pile on, but the questioning about the marriage at the table was out of line. But you're right. You're right. Monique, I'm going to give you half a point. You weren't involved in the pile on the jet. So you get a half a point from me for that. It's the least you could do. That's a form of gaslighting. I don't think so, Brooke. Okay, no, you're right. Listen, I take it back then. Okay, Monique was quiet on the jet. But you're still trying to F with me about my marriage, though, so get away from me. So, Monique is sanctimonious. She is. Monique's giggling didn't help, though. Exactly. Weird energy. Monique threw gasoline on the flame. She knew what she was doing. Exactly. Give me my twos, Brooke. I'll give you your twos. You ate that one little thing. You ate that right on up. A quarter of a point, okay? F that. Monique was being weird about her marriage. Okay, exactly. Get Trashley Darby off our screens. Yes. Yes. Ashley set this up to come to us with the BS. Exactly. Okay. Monique could have shielded her a little more, but we'll allow that half a point. My thing is this. Monique, you know what it's like. Like you, Wendy, y'all both know what it's like to be on the receiving end of rumors and the nastiness. Shout out to Meredith Marks for that on SLC. But you know what it's like firsthand to be on the receiving end of Gizelle and Ashley's wrath and their lies. So I just feel like you giving her this generic advice about how to stand against the bullying, it's kind of weak to me. They forget so easily. I agree. I think the women go hard, and then when the person is crying, they feel bad, as they also know they'll get backlash. Yes, they have to check. Gizelle is mean, no empathy. I agree. Yes, they get nervous. They get nervous about how it's going to look to the fans. So they come back like, oh, are you okay? Are you all right? I agree. Monique's head still messed up from the F-150 fumes. So now, Angel says, what I'm telling you is my truth and it's painful to me. So Monique does say that they're being very hard on Angel. Her best bet is to be open and vulnerable. And if they judge you and scream at you, who cares? I said, Monique, that's a little bit phony to me to say, who cares? Monique, you cared a lot about what Gizelle thought about you. Gizelle had you in tears a lot of the time. Monique, there were so many times where you would go and say, why don't they like me? Why doesn't she like me? Whatever I do, she doesn't like me. You cried a lot. In your first season on the show, you cried a few times about Gizelle hazing you and not liking you. So to say, well, be open and vulnerable and who cares if they scream at you, that's not true. Because we've seen you be very emotional and break down about them hazing you. So that's not fair to say, well, who cares if they scream at you? Because you cared a lot. And anybody would care. We can't sit up here and lie and say that we'd all be okay with how Gizelle treats. If that were us, we'd be upset too. Yes, she could say yes, exactly. You say, oh, that's what she could say what she's saying now. I guess, yeah, she feels, hey, she's past it. She made it over the hump. She finally got Gizelle's friendship. So now she doesn't care anymore about the next person. So no, Ashley never cried about it because Ashley probably had a conversation with her off camera and said, look, girl, I'm willing to do whatever it takes for the show to be a success. So I'll do your bidding. I'll do whatever you want me to do. And Gizelle probably said, okay, bet. And that's why they're so close. Because evil sees evil, okay? So they're both on the same wavelength. They're both on the same frequency. So that's why they're good. Ashley took her licks on the chin because she said, eventually I will be her friend, and her devious plan worked. And that's why they're in cahoots together. So, okay. So now we're walking to Kimosabe. And did anybody notice, before I forget, did anybody notice as Angel was crying when Gizelle walked over and was like, okay, so are we going to Kimosabe? Like, are we going? Just no mention of, hey, are you okay? I'm sorry you're crying. You know, like she is so void of emotion and empathy and compassion. I'm just like, damn, how do you get like that? Something must have happened for her to be like that. That's just so evil to me. So now they're walking to Kimosabe. It's a few minutes away. Wendy has on her Mary J. Blige boots. She says between the boots and the cobblestone streets is a bad combo. Her feet are killing her. So now we have Ashley. Ashley's feet are killing her too. She's linking arms with Stacy. I said, now, Stacy, why are you linking arms with Ashley? The woman who's called you a liar for the last year and a half? And then when Ashley said, you know, I would have you lean on me, but you're a big bitch. And then Stacey's laughing. I said, Stacy, have some more respect. Have some more respect. She's still shading you, talking about you're a big bitch. Like, and you're sitting up there laughing. Again, Stacey, I like you, but you had me a bit effed up in this episode. You did. Because it shows that you've been dying for their approval too. A mess. So we're at Kimosabe, and Angel's super excited. She hugs the owner and the managers. She says she got her first cowboy hat here. She gets all her turquoise pieces here, right? She had this gorgeous turquoise necklace on and ring. So she says, I want to introduce you guys to a place that's near and dear to my heart. I spend so much time at Kimosabe. It's a celeb hotspot. So they're all looking at pieces. We have Kiarna trying on some boots. Gizelle's looking at earrings. Tia was looking at belts. Like they're all, Jazzy's looking at hats to buy. They all want to buy something. So now Angel's looking at knives to buy for Bobby. And now we have her and Kiarna off to the side. So Angel says, look, I feel free and happy. I'm releasing the need for them to understand me. Kiarna says, as your friend, I respect that, but it's bothersome to me and it pisses me off. Now, Kiarna, if it pisses you off so bad, why won't you jump in and defend your friend? Because there's no way that I could sit here and just watch my friend get berated like this for hours upon hours straight, especially on her trip. I think you need to do a better job opening your mouth and defending your friend. Okay? Yes, they were being cheap in that store. Well, I mean, let's think about it. If money's tight, of course they're going to be cheap. And we know Potomac has never been known to spend any big money on clothes. And if they do spend money on the clothes, they're going back to Saks or Neiman's and taking the clothes back. Let me be quiet. Let me just be quiet, child. Before I get some more trolls to jump on me, child. Because you know how they get when I make a joke about a certain person. But child, those girls were not ready for chemo sabe. They weren't. Child, you have me screaming. Honey, she got that 225 back, and we'll talk about that in a minute, okay? Because, girl. Oh, gosh. Yeah, Oh, yeah, they real quiet today, honey. They real quiet today. Y'all have me screaming in this chat, okay? No, I'm not spilling the tea. The court documents spilled the tea about she returned all her stuff. So I'm not spilling any tea. The court documents spilled her and Eddie's tea. I'm just repeating what I read in the court documents about them returning Gucci wallets from 2018 in 2024. But I digress. Okay. We will say it. Wendy returned her stuff before they left. Oh my gosh. Stacey only buys from QVC, and we're going to talk about Stacey's money in a minute. Okay, just hold on. Okay. So, Kiana says, this is like Nevis 2.0, but she's the host. I know her heart. I know her intentions. It seems like it's 10 steps forward and 100 steps back. Kiana says she feels responsible. And now Angel says they're determined to think that I'm lying about my lived truth. And if I'm being honest, I don't feel comfortable about even returning to Maryland if I'm being honest with you. So she's pretty much saying, I think that this might be my first and last season on this show. I don't even think I want to come back. Now, we do know present day that they just closed on a house in Potomac. So maybe Angel does want to come back and get a second shot at reviving her image and cursing these women out. But Angel, your peace and your sanity and your well-being, it's not worth it. It's not worth this cheap C-list fame, okay? You have a beautiful marriage, beautiful family. You don't have to prove anything to us or your castmates. Do not feel pressure to stay on. If you come back because you prayed about it and God said go back on. But don't come back to prove anything to us, in my opinion. So that's just where I'm at with it. So now we see Tia bought a belt. The belt is called a bolo. They all start laughing. Tia's like, wait, why is that funny? So they bring up Bolo from Atlanta, and we see that infamous clip of Bolo swinging that. So that's actually one of my favorite recaps ever, because the way the comment section cut up when that episode aired, okay, with Bolo. All right. So now we go upstairs to the VIP bar at Kimo Sabe, and Ashley goes behind the bar. So she says, I used to be a bartender for 3 years. I worked in hospitality. She worked at a very exclusive membership lounge. She would take home over $1,000 in tips, and that's where she met Michael. I said, I'm sure. So Ashley, of course, listen, let me just say this. By no means am I a prude. I don't mind sex talk, but here's my thing. When it feels forced, it borders on corny. And Ashley is such an attention seeker, and she's such a corny person that whenever she brings up sex, it falls flat to me, right? This whole thing about the drink that she made them, it was called the pink pussy. So she says it's the pinkest, it's the wettest, it's the juiciest. And mind you, it's not even pink. It's like more of an orange color. So Ashley says that the pussy is allergy-free. Anybody can eat it. Gizelle says no, some are cleaner than others. And Stacey says, I never tasted that before. So Ashley says, well, so I've heard. So now they take the drink, they take the shot, and Stacey had me screaming. Stacey said, after tasting it, I'm confident that I'm on the right team. I could not stop laughing. I said, now, Stacey, you ate that one little thing, right? But again, Ashley, I just feel like you want attention so bad and you sexualize everything. Like everything with you is, how can I have a salacious moment? How can I have a shock, like add a shock factor? That just wasn't necessary in my opinion. I could see if it was like a bachelorette party, like how you were at Jazzy's bachelorette in Nevis, fine, cool. I get it, right? I don't mind that. But you at Kimosabe in the middle of the day, it's just like, girl, you just want attention so bad. So now Gizelle says, Ashley, tell us about your $4,000 belt. We see that Ashley did buy a belt at Kimosabe and it was $4,000. Now, you can tell that Ashley got a nice settlement from Michael because we have never seen Ashley spend like this before. Ashley was the first one to say, oh, I don't spend my money on bags and shoes. That's not my thing. And anytime, a lot of times, 9 times out of 10, when folks say that, it's because they don't have the money. Okay. And again, it's no shade, but a lot of times when folks say, oh, I don't like designer, it's because they can't buy the designer. Because I 9 times out of 10, when folks come into some money, they're Gucci down, Chanel down, Chloe down, Louis Vuitton down. You know what I'm saying? Let's be so, Van Cleef down. You know what I'm saying? It's always the girls who can't afford it who say, I would never buy that. Why would you spend so much money on that? Stop. Because let somebody cut you a check, you'll be in Chanel, Neiman Marcus too. And we see that's the case with Ashley. When because Michael had her on a tight leash. He had those purse strings closed up. So she could only buy Rainbow and Fashion Nova. But now in every episode since she's gotten that settlement money, we see her in Louis, Dior, Chanel. We never saw that before. We've never seen Ashley drop $4,000 on anything, much less a belt. So I said, oh, okay, that settlement check was really nice because, girl, okay? All right. So now Ashley says that Angel inspired her with her turquoise hardware, so she bought the belt. If I were Angel, I wouldn't even have complimented her. I would say, okay, girl, the way you chewed me out on my own private plane, and now you want to say I inspired you. Okay, girl. So now Kiana says, now, first of all, that's how you know that Potomac is not used to anything, because why are we telling everybody how much we spent? Like that shows me that you guys are also tired of us viewers dragging y'all about the money not being there, because first of all, we remember the days where they would just flash it on the screen. You didn't have to say anything. But because shopping is such a rare experience on Potomac, you have to tell us out of your mouth. So tacky, so gauche. Okay. So anyhow, yes, it was very odd. It was very tacky and gross. It was so weird. So Kiana says, I got these custom-made Kimosabe sneakers. They're $13.50. They all cheer. Tia says she bought the Bolo belt, which was $521. Gizelle says she got her earrings. They're diamond hearts for $1,000. Wendy says that her daughter Cam is having a birthday, so she bought her these turquoise earrings because not only are we rich, but our kids are rich. And the earrings are $225. Wendy's people, I'm gonna tell you straight like this: log off right now, because Jameer's gonna block you if you come in here trying to say something crazy. Close your ears, put me on mute, log off, because don't say not to, baby. I'm telling you right now. Your girl tried it. Over 225. Over 225. Over 225. I was waiting for 1,025. Not even 500. I mean, 750, okay. 225. talking about we rich and our kids rich. We rich and our kids are rich over 225. And you have these charges against you for fraud and defrauding an insurance company, 3 insurance companies allegedly, returning stuff. But we rich and our kids rich. Over 225. 225 USD. But you brought half-eaten Popeyes to, but we rich. 225. That was giving, I have just enough space on the visa. Let me get anything less than what do you have for less than $300? You went to $300 or less in the store and said, I'll take whatever you have for less than $300. I got $285 on this card. I got $15 on that card. Let's piece it together and make it work. But I can't spend $1 more than $301. So what do you have for $275 and under? Because I got to make the last 40 stretch to get the Uber back home from the airport. $225. That was a tight budget. I spent $225 on some new Jordans. Okay. Yeah, child. $225, the new $28,000. They were giving $28,000. Oh my gosh. Honey, that was $200 on Credit One and $25 on Discover. And she said, and I got $1 more. I got $1 more. See, look at the police. You hear the sirens? They come to get you for that $225. Oh my gosh. She only had $400 left on Pam Oliver's Discover card. That's my girl. Listen, I spent $225 more than that on Instacart on any given day. $225. I said, girl, listen. $225 goes to Auntie at the Braiding Palace. Okay. Oh my God. That's a Costco visit. Oh my gosh. Generational debt, baby. The sirens always roll by at the right times. Oh my Verizon bill. Okay. That's a hair appointment. Oh my gosh. You said, yes, Wendy, give us nothing, baby. $225. Oh my gosh. I said, okay, girl. I said, and then added Black excellence. $225 is Black excellence. $225, that's a night out if I do a little solo dinner. Black excellence. $225 is Black excellence. Okay. I have to laugh. I have to laugh. I just have to laugh. Vixen Black Jesus. Black excellence. Okay. What happened now? Wait, trying to shame others for their finances disgraceful. Who? Me or who's shaming who? Who we talk about? That's not even hair or nail money. Hello? $225 is brunch, hookah, and parking here in ATL, okay? Yeah, I just want to be clear. I just want to be clear. It ain't I just you said she talking to me, child. Oh, Wendy just be saying stuff. Okay. All right. I'm like, who you? All right. Yes, the who challenge on TikTok. Yes, the owl challenge on TikTok. Okay. Listen, we are on edge over here. So just please be, if you're making a joke, please be clear. Be clear, honey, because we all are on edge here. It's been too many nuts in this chat. So honey, we are on high alert. We are on high alert. Just a little clarity for the girls. So it's like, oh yeah. Oh my gosh. You said, Wendy, come get your loser chain. My God. Oh my gosh. Oh no, listen, we have been in the trenches these last few months. I think you're new here. You look new. I never seen your username before, so I'm guessing that you're new here. We've had some trolls. We've had some foolishness in this chat for a while now. And we just want everybody to be clear, in the chat. That's it. So we are, it's a zero tolerance policy in the chat. So okay. Yes, honey, we have. Yes, honorary jump. Okay, no, I'm serious. Bless her soul. We've been through it, honey. We have been through it. So it's a strict program over here. Yes, block first, ask questions later, y'all. Sorry, no, it's true. It's true. So I just want some clarity. You come in peace. It's okay. It's good. So oh, you said welcome, Miss E. Refreshments in the back. Okay. I would say Miss E. Miss E, we didn't know. We thought that you were one of Wendy's people trying to come in and bust up the live. So, all right. Let's move on. Oh, okay. So you've been here 2 to 3 weeks. Oh, so wait a second. You've seen some foolishness then in these last 3 weeks. So you know how strict we are now. So, but I'm glad you're here. Welcome. We have snacks in the back, like one of my subscribers just said. So I hope you have a good time. Yes, honey, we are on edge, honey. Okay, you said child, a trauma jump, honey. Ooh, you said don't start. Talking about some no wine. Don't start, y'all. Y'all have me screaming in this chat, okay? Jameer said, I don't want to hear nothing, okay? Listen, honey. Oh, gosh. Okay, y'all. You said cigars in the back, too. Oh, my gosh. All right, y'all. So now Jazzy says that she bought a hat. It's not ready yet, but it was a custom hat, and it was over $1,000. So now Angel bought a turquoise bracelet, which was $1,400, and she bought Bobby a turquoise knife, which was $1,200. So she spent $2,600 in total. So now you have Gizelle. Now, Stacey, you see why it never pays to be with the mean girls, because you see how Gizelle threw you under the bus and embarrassed you. This was mean. Gizelle embarrasses Stacey and says, yeah, Stacey was over here looking for a keychain, pretty much pointing out that Stacey was too broke to buy anything. So Stacey says, well, I had a great experience. She says that she's not rich. She didn't buy anything. Now, Stacey, you couldn't have bought a pair of $225 earrings like Wendy did. Now, Stacey, I talked about this before, but money-wise, you always kind of gave me that money was kind of funny. Like the fashions, I see that, right? I see now that you've gotten some designer. I saw you had that Cartier Justin Clue bracelet. I said, okay, so you must have gotten some more checks. You had some Louboutins on your feet. So the money is slowly coming in. But this gave me that the money is, I don't know what's going on with your money, because Even Pam Oliver was able to get a pair of earrings for under $300. I said, oh, Stacey. Now, Stacey, I know you were on Carlos King. I watched your interview. You did say that the divorce really did a number on you financially. And you said, you know, the fact that me and Timo are back together, I always say, damn, why did we get divorced in the first place? Because that divorce set me back. And you said you could have bought a whole bunch of Chanel bags had you not had to pay for that divorce. So I guess it's that divorce that's why your money's all messed up. But either way, girl, you know, you could have pulled out a card and gotten something like even a t-shirt that said Kimo Sabe for $150, something. But, you know, I guess we all know that the Housewives get a significant pay increase when they reach 3 seasons. So season 11 will be your 3rd season. So I'm sure we're going to see you dripped out because you will be getting a bigger check. So hopefully the next trip we'll be able to see you buy something at the gift shop or at Kimo Sabe or anywhere. Okay. But, you know, yes, I appreciate Stacey's honesty. You know what, though? No, that's very true. That's very true. She kept it real. Unlike some. No, you're right. You're right. You're right. You're very right. Because you know what? We get on them for pretending like they have it. So you know what? At least she kept it real. You're right. That's what Wendy should have done. You're right. Yes, Wendy should take some lessons from Stacey. I agree. No, you're right. You're absolutely correct. Yes, no, it's very true. I wouldn't have bought anything. I don't care. You're right. Where's that frozen pizza money? I think she's frugal. Stacey isn't a fool. No, you're right, y'all. You're absolutely correct. When you put it like that, that's very true. That's a good point. So kudos to you, Stacey. And then you know what, though? Maybe she didn't like anything in the store, and that's okay too. But Aspen does have great shopping, so she could go. You could go somewhere else for shopping if you didn't want to go to Kimo Sabe. Also, there's also that, but I digress. But we see that Monique didn't buy anything either. Monique says, "Not only am I rich, but I'm wealthy, so I brought my fine ass up in here." I said, "Oh, how the mighty have fallen." And Gizelle was none too happy. Gizelle was thrilled to point out that Monique has fallen on some hard times. Gizelle says, I noticed a new Monique because when she was married to that Chris, she was spending money. They play all the flashbacks to when she was rich with Chris. And Gizelle says, times have changed. I said, you know, it's a terrible thing to be envious because the fact that you were waiting on this day for this woman to not have money anymore, that's sad. Now, you know how I feel about Monique, but Gizelle, that's really sad. I mean, Gizelle was thrilled at the fact that Monique doesn't have it. Gizelle was chomping at the bit to say that. She's been waiting for this day of Monique to not have it. I said, wow, 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 what a mess. You said, Gizelle, please. She probably gave those earrings back. Child, Gizelle pocket watchers, because who would even notice that? Pocket watchers. Monique is vegan, though. Oh, now she's vegan? Oh, she was a big old meat eater with Chris. They were chomping down on steaks and lamb chops and they were married. Now, she's vegan? I noticed that she wasn't drinking on the trip, but I didn't know that she was vegan now. Yes, I agree. She gets off on the misery of others. Yes, she thrives on people's downfalls. I agree. Gizelle wants everyone to be beneath her. Meanwhile, if it weren't for the show, she'd be struggling too. Very true. Because they said that Pastor Jamal wasn't paying her. He was late on those child support payments before she came on the show. So, no, she was. No, I didn't mean. I'm serious. She was a big old meat eater with Chris. She was. They were always eating steak. She loved her a good steak. She loved a good steak and red wine when she was married to Chris. So I'm just surprised to see this big 180 of now she's a vegetarian. Or vegan. So who knew? So you said meat is high. She probably has to go vegan. But I feel like being a vegan is expensive, no? Oh my, yeah, vegan's not that cheap. Vegans don't drink alcohol, the big meat eater, child. Oh my gosh, I'm hungry. You said big old is just hilarious. Yeah, I thought, yeah, being a vegan is expensive. Do I have any vegans in the chat, y'all? Do I have any vegans in the chat? Let me know. It's expensive, correct? Are you trolling? This is a joke, right? You're obviously joking, because this is a joke. As vegan of 6 years, it's not as cheap as it sounds. Yeah, I thought so. So anyhow, y'all, let's just move on. Yeah, you saw that too, right? They have to be trolling. I'm plant-based but vegetarian. Okay. Ciao. And to the same person who said that Todd was hot too. Yeah. Oh, you're right. I think it was. I think they're trolling. That's a joke. It has to be. Yeah, I think so too. It's a joke, y'all. Just move. Let's just move on along to the next thing. Pastor Jamal is somebody's type. He's slinging that big D everywhere. Child, or his D everywhere. Sorry, I don't know why I added big D. Sorry, I read your comment too fast. Now they ghost. They always do. People will drop a bomb in these chats and then leave. So anyhow, y'all, yes, let's move right on along, child. Whatever that means, exactly. So no, I read the comment too fast, child. Yes, everything's big today. Everything is big today, child. Yes, Monique said it. Thank you. Monique said that she got his big old D's. Yeah, I was imitating when Monique said that. That's where I got that from. Yeah, let's make these plates for these men. Exactly. Okay, y'all. Yes, honey. My God, today. No, for real. So anyhow, we go outside. There's an outside bar. They're having some more tequila. Stacy and Ashley toast. Ashley says, to our blossoming friendship. Stacy says, may it be sexy. Ashley says, may it be truthful. Now, Stacy, I don't know why you're toasting the friendship with Ashley Darby, but okay. So as they're, having fun outside, Mauricio is there and he comes to join them. So he's like, hey, how are y'all doing? What are y'all doing in my place? We know that Kyle and Mauricio are always in Aspen. So he says hello to Gizelle. He's like, hey, Gizelle, how are you? So now we have Ashley to the side whispering that he's a single man. So Gizelle says Mauricio's still married to Kyle Richards, who's a housewife of Beverly Hills. Mauricio would definitely be somebody that I spent quality time with horizontally. It's the Beverly Hills Kyle of it all, and I don't want any Beverly Hills or Potomac drama. Now, for the woman who said that Stacey cannot be trusted around husbands or children, I just want to stop right here, right? Here's my thing. I think that everybody can agree that Mauricio is a very handsome man, right? And for all the married folks, everybody just come on in. I want to hear your thoughts. It's one thing for you to tell a friend to the side, like, oh, girl, he's fine. I wouldn't mind like doing whatever with him, right? Like if you to your friend in private, cool. But to say this on national television about a man who's still married to somebody in your world, I felt like that was in poor taste. Yes, they are separated, trying to figure it out. But I just feel like, I don't know. I felt like if anybody else had said that about another housewife's husband, Gizelle would be all over them. And for her to say that she would like to have sex with Mauricio, I just felt like that was very tacky to say that when he is still legally married to Kyle. And you and Kyle are cordial, your acquaintances, your friends, your friend Lee. I just thought that was kind of weird because we know that had it been the other way around, you'd be pissed, in my opinion, right? I think, again, if you had said that to your friends off camera in private, fine, have at it, right? But to say that on national television, when you know it's sticky between Kyle and Mauricio, and they're saying that they're back together now. The paparazzi caught Kyle and Mauricio out during Christmas in Aspen hugged up. So if it's true that they're back together, then y'all are all out of luck. So you said Potomac versus Divorced Hills. Okay. But anyhow, Mauricio says, oh no, Angel says to Ashley, girl, he's giving you the eye, honey. So Ashley says, no, I think he's talking to Gizelle. He's a single man now. Now, Angel, why are you trying to get in good with Ashley? They just sat up there and told you off on your jet. And now you want to play matchmaker saying, oh yeah, girl, he's giving you the eye. I wouldn't say a word. I would let them do whatever they want to do. Ashley, just so you know, the way I'm about to wear you out for being so desperate, it was very desperado vibes, just so we're clear. So now, Ashley says that she literally just sat with Kyle Richards 3 weeks ago. They were at some event and she saw her. Stacey says, that don't matter, girl. Like, who cares? So now, Angel is asking Mauricio if he's ever been fly fishing. Mauricio says, yes, I have. Angel says, well, okay, cool, because we're all going fly fishing tomorrow. So now we find out that her company, Wonderland, offers luxury fly fishing with a chef. It's a whole luxury experience. I said, okay, that sounds good. So Mauricio's asking if they've ever gotten their hands dirty before. They all say yes. So now you have Stacey trying to play matchmaker, and she says she's asking Mauricio if he's going to be out tonight, like out on the town. So Mauricio says, yes, I will be out tonight completely alone. And he was definitely kind of saying it in a way to tease them, like, I'm going to be alone doing my thing. And so Ashley's like, oh, like, okay. So Ashley and Gizelle and even Stacey, they were all salivating over Mauricio. Like, they couldn't even hide it, especially Ashley. So now Gizelle says, guys, Mauricio's off limits to all of us. And now Jazzy says to Ashley, don't let your friends keep you from your husband. So they all start laughing. Ashley's blushing. Stacey says the more Ashley's occupied with a man, the less time she'll have to investigate me. Let me hook this up. So now Mauricio's like, okay, guys, I have to leave. It was good seeing y'all. I'm out. So he hugs them all. He walks off. And Stacey and Ashley all of a sudden have to use the restroom. So they're behind Mauricio, walking right behind him. You have Stacey slapping Ashley's butt. Ashley says, who is this woman? This is not the QVC Stacey. This is a homegirl. So now Monique's like, oh, where are Ashley and Stacey? Do they follow Mauricio? Now, I'm sorry. Gizelle looked so pressed. Gizelle looked, the way she ran behind to see where Ashley and Stacey were. I said, girl, why do you care so much? I said, girl, y'all are all pressed over this man. It was embarrassing to watch. So we see Stacey and Mauricio and Ashley in the corner, all talking. They're obviously pressing him, asking him what he's doing for the rest of his time in Aspen. And Gizelle is watching them. She's literally like looking, she's peeking around the corner. And now she starts waving them away. So she's like, like, no. She says, they're a hot mess. Mauricio, feel free to go. They're all, don't excuse them. So now, hold on. Can we talk about how Ashley was not happy with Gizelle? Because Ashley was like, Gizelle, stop. Like, don't call me a hot mess in front of him. I said, not the two besties, not the two mean girls fighting. I was like, oh, okay. I said, I never thought I would see the day where Ashley checked Gizelle. I said, oh, Mo don't want carpet burns, child. This whole scene was cringe. It was, listen. No, listen. When I tell you, baby, it was desperado central during this scene. Okay. You have Gizelle saying, keep your tongues in your mouths. And Mauricio heard her and he starts laughing, even though he's down the stairs. So now Gizelle says, we're in Kyle's world. She's in our world. So Ashley says, well, listen, I feel like enough time has passed, but honestly, I don't care. I don't want Mauricio. I said, you don't want Mauricio? Are you sure? Babe, actions will always speak louder than words, because you had the actions that you displayed were of a pressed woman who wanted Mauricio. That was not a woman who didn't care about Mauricio. Why were you posted up like that on the wall asking him about his plans in Aspen for the rest of the night? Why were you blushing when he came through? Why did you kept saying, well, he's single now. He's a single man now. He's a single man now. You were pressed. And just so we're clear, I don't believe in women going after men. I don't believe in women shooting their shots with men. I feel like when a man wants you, he will come get you. So if we're being really honest, if Mauricio did want you, he would have shown it. He would have said, oh, like, what's your number? Can me and you dip? Like, can I take you out? Can I see you again? He would have thrown caution to the wind, and he was, I don't care if you are a fellow housewife. If he liked you, he wouldn't have cared. He would have sat up there and gotten your number. You sitting up there, Stacey talk about, oh, I'll get his number for you. Very desperate vibes. And Stacey, I'm just so shocked to see you be so forward with men. It's weird. Yeah, they were all blushing. He didn't have her in mind at all. Yeah, like if a man wants you, he would have scooped them up if he wanted them. He didn't want them. So this whole thing about you flirting with him and batting your eyelashes and in his face, baby, he don't want you. He don't. Okay, yes, very much weirdo behavior. Yes, he was extremely kind to these desperate hyenas. Exactly. I don't think Mo would do that to Kyle, messing with another housewife. Never underestimate men when they are heavily attracted to somebody. Like, men will throw caution to the wind. Okay, you have men who are not famous, who will go around and sleep with their best friends, with their wife or girlfriend's best friend. So you know what I'm saying? A man's lust will have him do anything if it's unchecked. So you don't know what he's liable to do. I could see him doing it, just not with them. Maybe, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, he would definitely do that. Exactly. You said you should know better. You're a man. See, listen, men don't care. So I'm screaming at that. Exactly. It's the truth. And thank you. You said Ashley slept with her friend's son, so Mo was with another housewife that isn't connected to Kyle. Exactly. Not even Jesus can keep a horny man away. Exactly. Not with Ashley, maybe with Dorit. Exactly. Yeah, he was not interested. Yes, they're not his type. So now, Ashley says, I don't want Mauricio though. I don't want Mauricio, but for another man that I like the way you move, Stacey. The way Stacey moves is desperate. The way you're moving is desperate. Because why are you a woman? Stacey, I'm shocked. Stacey acts so prim and proper and so traditional, Stacey. I'm very surprised that you would condone a woman asking for a man's number. Stacey, you blew me with that. I was very surprised. I was surprised to hear that come out of your mouth. The way you act so prudish, I was just shocked. Like, wait, Stacey? I'm not. And I don't like that with women. Please stop trying to be a wing woman to your friends. That's desperate. A man will come over and approach you or your friend if they like you. You don't need to be a wing woman and say, oh yeah, you want to get my friend's number? That's desperate. If a woman has to ask for a man's number, he don't want you, okay? Just stop. No man worth his salt wants a woman who had approached him. So please, just saying. You said calm down. You're talking about them, right? Oh, you're talking to me. Okay, girl. It's all right. Jameer, we have a troll in the chat. We got a troll in the chat, Jameer. Come get him, Jameer, please. We're gonna get you out of here. We're gonna get you out of here, girl. Okay. All right. Thank you, Jameer. I'm not playing in this live. Talking about stop being so judgmental. Oh, you a desperado pick me who picks up men, I see. That must have really hurt your feelings, girl. You big mad because I said women should not be approaching men. Thank you, Jameer. Talking crazy to me. Bye, Kathy. That was her name with some silly cartoon profile picture. I'm not arguing with a cartoon picture. You must be crazy. She was feeling real froggy. She had a tired Mama Joyce wig on too. I know she did, looking a sight. She looked a sight in that picture. A mess. Jameer, I should have emailed you before and told you to be super ready and vigilant, because I just knew this chat was going to be really extra crazy today. I said it's a holiday. People are home from work. They got the day off. This was a lie. I just had a feeling it was going to be off the charts. I'm scared of y'all. Oh, just woke up from a nap. I definitely agree with you, Brooke. Pick Misha. Get him, Brooke. Honey, another troll came in. A mess. Oh, no. You better stop it before they start coming in here, infiltrating the live, getting upset. You said Miss Shirley wig was tight and not right. She had a tight, dry wig on. Okay? Trying to talk crazy to me. Exactly. The girls are on their 5th bottle today. People just want to act about MLK Day. Exactly. Not my Black Daria cartoon pick catching strays. No, no, Blanche. You called in when I did that call-in episode about the Ralph Lauren and Martha's Vineyard collaboration. You called in and we saw your face. You're a beautiful woman, so it's fine to give the cartoon, because we've seen you in real life, so you're fine. Your cartoon Avi is safe over here. Brooke, you have me hollering. I'm not doing it with anybody. I'm not doing it this year. I'm not. If you're going to be disrespectful, you've got to go. I used to give so many chances. I'm not doing it anymore. It's one strike and you're out. Oh my gosh. Listen, I don't know if I might. Listen, I don't know. Because the thing is, what if I do call-ins? Then we have some trolls in the call-ins. So we'll see. I'm going to pray about doing call-ins again. So. Oh my gosh. Child. Brooke, will you ever do a call-in? Maybe one day, but not today. Especially not on this live. When it comes to Potomac, I'll never do a call-in for Potomac. So, okay. Oh no. Here you go. Oh my gosh. That would be unhinged, okay? I can't believe I missed it. This is a desperado free zone. With all these trolls, I'm nervous for call-ins now. Same here. Imagine arguing with a Powerpuff Girl profile pic. I'm not doing that. People have a Bugs Bunny picture or their initial, I'm not arguing with any fake profile picture or no profile picture on here. So a mess. Eat them up, Brooke. Brooke, call-ins are not necessarily too risky. I agree. Brooke, no, they see it for me. They're just obsessed with me. It's just nothing but jealousy, honey. They're watching with jealousy and envy and hate. That's all it is. They can't take all this. Sitting in a dirty room mad at me about their messed up life. They know I'm a good time. They're just mad. You have folks who are so miserable. People don't smile. They haven't laughed in ages. Life is beating them up, and they want to come on here and bring that misery. It's sad. All I can do is pray for them. That's it. Okay? So, anyhow, now Gizelle makes a joke saying that Stacy would take Mauricio in 5 seconds. Stacy walks away and says, I'm done. So now we close out the episode with Angel offering all of them caviar bumps. Gizelle, of course, has to be negative. She's like, Wendy, I told them that's nasty. Angel and Kay, I know y'all have water, but are your hands clean? We have plates here. That's disgusting. Girl, they're doing caviar bumps. It's a fun thing to do. Shut up. Either do it or either partake or don't. On top of that, Gizelle, we've seen y'all double dip, triple dip when you do have food. Y'all sitting up there sharing one spoon and one fork, barely have utensils, eating beans and franks out of the damn garbage can. So shut up, please. Now, all of a sudden you think that, you guys are top tier. She's just so negative. You're just so mad because Angel had the private jet, caviar, and you can't take it. So now Gizelle says, well, I have an announcement, ladies. Since I had to take over the trip, we have an executive suite at the Four Seasons. The question is everybody coming? We're having dinner there tonight. We also have brunch in the morning. So Angel says, now hold on, wait. We have to see about that because we have to be out early tomorrow for the next activity, which is fly fishing. So Gizelle says, the statement is, are we going to do brunch and then potentially go home? After that, they're all shocked. And now Angel says, we're not doing that. We have another activity tomorrow morning. And that's where we close out the episode. Gizelle, I would have had production gather your things and you would have been on the first plane back to Potomac. How dare you take over the trip and tell them what they're doing? How dare you switch the itinerary up? You just have no couth, no manners, no empathy, no compassion, no sense. Who does this? We know that you would be screaming at the top of your lungs if anybody ever tried this stunt with you. The audacity. This is Angel's trip. And for you to want to take over her trip, that is nasty work. Nasty work. Very much so. I agree. She's very envious of people who have actual money and a good life. Exactly. That was so rude. Gizelle never had caviar. I'm with Gizelle. Yes, I think I like caviar. And you know what you can do? You can try caviar with some creme fraiche and put it on a potato chip, like a really good Lay's or a nice crinkle cut potato chip. I like the sea salt potato chips from Costco with the pink salt on them. I had a Christmas party and one of the appetizers was I had the caviar on a chip with the creme fraiche. A huge hit. It is delicious. Yeah, I think caviar. I enjoy the taste of it with some champagne. Chef's kiss. Yes, a chip and a caviar. Yes, honey. Yes, caviar and deviled eggs. Yes, very good. Very good. Caviar is bomb with some potato chips. Yes. Oh, Ayana, it's been a lot. Well, I'm not surprised though. Look at the number of people in the chat. When you have this amount of people in the chat, you have haters hiding, you have some haters in the midst watching and then trying to jump in every now and again. So, yes, a good kettle chip too. Yes. Gizelle has an envious, mean spirit. A bump of caviar and a shot of tequila. Okay. Oh, I know. Oh, some tequila with some caviar. That sounds good. Oh, no, it's not ghetto at all. The caviar with chicken nuggets. No, that's not ghetto at all. That I'm sure I want to try that next. Yes, try some and let me know what you think too. So y'all, we have a lot of super chats. Let me read them, y'all. I don't want to miss anybody. So I'm going to read the super chats now. Okay. Wait, what happened? Okay. Hold on, y'all. Okay, I read yours, Gadget Girl. Gizelle is jealous of Angel's lifestyle, a hater. Hey, lovely lady E. Thank you for the super chat. Why are y'all upset? They are upset. They're mistreated. To say it was not. Oh, wait, no, I read yours, lovely lady. And lovely lady, you had the chat. It was a little bit spicy earlier too, lovely lady E. Hey, Mel, thank you for the super chat. Does anyone find it interesting that Gizelle always has a manufactured issue with the women that are married and have more money than her? Yeah, it's definitely a pattern. Hey, Gemini 617, thank you for the super chat. Happy Monday, Brooke. I love your look today. You look beautiful. Thank you. I hope Kyle confronts Gizelle on the road trip about her man. Oh, that's definitely going to come up because they're filming that ultimate road trip, girls trip at the end of this month. So that's definitely going to come up. I can assure you that. Hey, ATL Wonder Woman 99. Thank you for the super chat. The episode was so hard to enjoy because of Gizelle's energy, low-key destroying the show. I agree. Hey, Steph. Thank you for the super chat. I just came to say Gizelle's a disgusting person on multiple fronts. Production set Angel up and let Gizelle go after her. They picked that house. I agree. Hey, Princessa. Thank you for the super chat. I don't know if you remember, but last week I sent a super chat saying production might have set her up. I hope Angel's mental health is good after. Them girls are mean. I agree. Hey, Florida Rain, thank you for the super chat. Hey, Brooke, quick note. Forehead, neck, and fraud Sappho should know nobody likes a gang up. 9 times out of 10, the audience rides for whoever's getting jumped, like we saw with Drew and even Katie. Exactly, I agree. Fraud Sappho has me in tears. Hey, 99 brushes. Thank you for the super chat. Let them know, Brooke. Oh, you know it, honey. I have to restore order in this chat, okay? Hey, tie-dye James. Thank you for the super chat. Get them out the VIP, Brooke. Listen, I'm tired. It's a strict program up in here. Hey, 99 brushes. Thank you for the super chat. My God, on today, Brooke let go of Ashley's edges. I can't do it. Hey, Dr. Sauer. Thank you for the super chat. The culture is toxic, but I would have empathy if Angel didn't hit below the belt in confessionals. Can't be a mean girl and have a mushy center. Hey, Dark Child 99. Thank you for the super chat. Brooke, forget the trips. They're horrible going over, yes, each other's houses. Nothing in hand and hosting with great value crackers and half a grape. Exactly. They're horrible hostesses. Hey, LCM 1983. Thank you for the super chat. Gizelle was so unnecessarily nasty and evil-spirited. Her jealousy of Angel's life is palpable. I wanted to throw hands on Angel's behalf. I agree. I felt the same way, too. That private jet scene was really hard to watch. Hey, Bio Miss Flores, thank you for the super chat. Angel isn't doing it for me because she's trying to be too nice to these women. I'm going to be nice. I don't want to see women be bullied forever. Yeah, I agree. I don't either. It's not a fun watch. Hey, High Vibe, thank you for the super chat. I had secondhand embarrassment for the Potomac ladies when they shared the cost of their Aspen purchases. Those are regular 9-to-5 girl prices. I agree. Hey, Cat Sky 706, thank you for the super chat. Angel clearly made the right choice of choosing Tia over Jazzy. She probably felt her fake ass energy and couldn't have it in her house. Yes. Hey, Brianna, thank you for the super chat. Love the braids, diva. Girl, Jizzy is evil and bitter. LOL. Thank you. And yes, I agree with that. Very evil and bitter and miserable. Hey, Florida Rain, thank you for the super chat. Honestly, part of the appeal of Housewives is the verbal sparring. The minute it turns into a pile on, it stops being entertaining because most people don't want to watch someone get bullied. I agree. I think it's very jarring to watch somebody getting bullied. It's sad. Hey, Tydia James, thank you for the super chat. I apologize. I apologize if I said your name wrong the first time I read your first super chat. So please forgive me if I butchered your name the first time. Lord Brooke, they're getting out the VIP. Listen, they're getting kicked out the VIP. Listen, it's a zero tolerance policy, okay? Listen. It's a zero tolerance policy. Hey, Dark Child 99, thank you for the super chat. The Gizelle stands are out today in the chat. Chaos. Oh, honey. First, the Wendy's people and now Gizelle's people have been out and about, honey. They are in full force. Hey, Kilolo, thank you for the super chat. I don't think I can watch the episode. The broke, bitter bullies are boiling my blood. I pray Potomac gets canceled or paused. Hey, Yayo Ninja 25. I hope I pronounced that right. Thank you for the super chat. I just have to say I never do the chat, but Brooke, you're doing a great job. Keep it up, boo. Thank you. I appreciate that. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Hey, the life of Samad. Thank you for the super chat. When were the girlies a regular at the Ritz? Exactly. Not everybody is a Four Seasons and Ritz-Carlton girl. When I've been asking where they at, I've been asking for years, why can't they ever stay at a 5-star hotel? And now they've always been that way. Okay. Hey, Ren21, thank you for the super chat. I miss Karen checking Gizelle, but the producers need wealthier women on here with less of an evil spirit. I agree. Hey, Republic of Story, thank you for the super chat. On Watch What Happens Live, Gizelle saw nothing wrong with her approach. Andy didn't push. Of course, he never does. Respectfully, Andy never does. I feel like he only pushes certain people. Charisse was there with her son, but not shown or mentioned. Is the joke on us? No, Jackson, her son Jackson was the bartender. I saw the clips, and Andy asked him about did him and Ashley do more than just kiss? Atlanta wasn't the wealthiest and they still brought it. I agree. Yeah, they need another formula because the bullying is not going to work. So I don't want them to be canceled, but they need a cast shakeup. Yes, Potomac does not know how to have a healthy balance of fun with the drama, but it's not even drama, it's straight up bullying. I agree. Jackson was embarrassed. Yes. What are Gizelle's stands called? Oh, you have me screaming. Oh, hey, Republic of Story. Thank you for the super chat. Most of these women were raised in broken homes. Yes, and low self-esteem, with low self-esteem too. Hey, High Vibe. Thank you for the super chat. Monique was not in a marriage. That was a transaction. Agreed. Hey, Tydia James. Thank you for the super chat. They should sing Why They Divorced and Got Side Babies. Check in with your husbands. Hey, Currently Home. Thank you for the super chat. The viewers are more pissed for Angel than Kiarna. Agreed. Hey, Tydia James. Thank you for the super chat. She's showing why she divorced. Hey, KM Bax. Thank you for the super chat. Notice Tia smoke for Jazzy versus smoke for Stacy. Oh, I feel like she's had smoke for both of them, no? Because she's going at it with both of them. Hey, Mr. Be My Star. Thank you for the super chat. Watch. Wendy's going to send her team and say you're mean without addressing the issue. Wendy's another Sutton for me. Ooh. Ciao. Hey, Bio Miss Flores. Thank you for the super chat. Now, Brooke, you know Pam only stands on business for fraud and being a Bravo baddie. Damn. Hey, Life of Samad. Thank you for the super chat. If I was Angel, I would have asked Jizzy why she never left. Like she said she was going to. Yeah, I would have told them to wipe their asses and get glad. Hey, Fashion D Collection. Thank you for the super chat. No pylon is okay, but Angel hosted a earlier in the season. I hope they all learn their Gizelle lessons. Nobody wins on her side. Agreed. Hey, Michelle Mitchell. Thank you for the super chat. Hey, 5'9", Nikki, thank you for the super chat. I think Gizelle is bitter because every day she has to live with the fact that her ex-husband is out here being faithful and loving with a woman who could be her fraternal twin. Oh, I'm sure that is painful. Hey, Dark Child 99, thank you for the super chat. Peep how Stacy looked at Wendy during I'm Rich. Yeah, I caught the look. A few other people looked at her kind of funny when she said that too. Gizelle kind of looked at her like, now, girl, all right now. Hey, Saint 202, thank you for the super chat. The price tag parade between the women was incredibly gauche and cringe. Wealthy people don't do that. I felt so embarrassed for the ladies in that moment. Yeah, and nobody with class, nobody with sense, nobody who is used to things does that, okay? Wherever you fall on the socioeconomic ladder, nobody who was raised with something does that. So you said... Nene, hey, the Life of Samad, thank you for the super chat. Nene's loud luxury era wasn't cringe like this. It was, no, Nene is wittier. Nene is wittier, and we liked her. She was a fan favorite, and she was funny. So Nene was gauche, and Nene was very tacky when she finally got some money, right? But because it was so funny and she gave us so many sound bites, we bypassed the tackiness of it. But none of these women are witty on Potomac, so it doesn't land at all. But when you have a personality like Nene's, you can get away with being kind of over the top and being sort of, shout out to Clarissa Shields when she went on Sherry Shepherd's show a month ago and said 28,000. Even though that was incredibly cringe, when you're funny and you're charismatic, you can be a bit flashy and it's not cringe because you're so funny. Yes, Nene was charming. Exactly. Nene was comical, could clap back easily. Agreed. We bypassed a lot. Very true. This is off the runway. Exactly. When Nene lied and said those curtains were 15,000. Yeah, it was part of Nene's shtick. Exactly that. Wait, what happened now, y'all? Are you okay? What happened? Is everybody okay? Why are you saying hello? Are y'all okay? Do we have another troll in the chat? What happened, y'all? Why are you saying, is she serious? Oh no, what happened now? Y'all, what are y'all talking about? Super chat, Brooke, is super chat. You paid to troll? Lord, what happens? That super chat is weird. Read the super chat. They spent their money to troll. Okay, fine. I'm going to look at it right now, okay? Okay, hold on. Is it the last one? Hey, Tamara, my white husband, architect from France, said, if I want a black woman, I prefer a woman with brown sugar skin. What are we, where did this come from? We're talking about Potomac. I don't know where I don't know why we're talking about that. We're talking about Potomac. Child, it doesn't match that. Y'all, let's talk, let's worry, let's focus on the topic at hand. We are talking about Potomac. Do not come in talking about other things. We're talking about Potomac. All right? All right. We're just that's great to hear, you know, child. I don't even I'm supposed to do another live. I'm supposed to do another live later on tonight, but I don't know. I might not. We might not. You might not be getting another live from me till next week, honestly and truthfully. um Hey, so Steph, thank you for the super chat. As someone who shops luxury by appointment, mostly when you invite your friends and they don't buy anything, it's considered a bit uncouth. Happened to me with a friend at Hermes. Yeah, no, it is. If you shut down a luxury store, yeah, it is expected that you all buy. Hey, Darkchild99, thank you for the super chat. This Mauricio, Stacey, and Ashley wing woman scene was fun for me. I love Stacey's Detroit voice while whispering to Ashley, but also love her and Ashley's code switch voice when speaking directly to Mauricio. Hey, Allie, thank you for the super chat. With Jazz's Mauricio comment, I know for sure she got with Darius when he was still with his baby mother. She's not fooling me. Oh, I agree with that. I do not believe that they are not his type. I live in Canada. Low-key, they love black women. Facts. Oh, are you talking about what, Mauricio liking them? Hey, Darkchild99, thank you for the super chat. But Brooke, the prim and proper is her QVC act. Notice her sister girl behavior and tone when whispering to Ashley. Well, yeah, AJ called her out that it is an act. Hey, Yayo Ninja, thank you for the super chat. Brooke, you are a good time. We are here for it, girl. Thank you. I appreciate it. Hey, Ali, thank you for the super chat. For caviar and chicken, go to Coco Duck in NYC. Yes, it's a high-end Korean fried chicken spot. Yes, I want to go there. I'm gonna find some time and go there. Hey, Unique 2U05, thank you for the super chat. Unique to you. Duh, how did I not get that? Sorry. But didn't Angel also participate in a gang up on Stacey, having a bash session at her house, not going to Stacey's weed event on purpose and blowing up Stacey's welcoming text? I don't feel too bad. Hey, valid points. Hey, Princessa, thank you for the super chat. Side note, what color are your braids? It's pretty. I have 30 in my hair. Thank you. It's like 30, I think 1B and 4 or something. Hey, all in good taste. Thank you for the super sticker. Hey, Biomist Florist. Thank you for the super chat. Some of y'all scare me. Oh, goodness. He said, I'm still a traumatized child. Yeah. Hey, Unique to you. Thank you for the super chat. Gizelle runs this show like a college sorority. She does. She very much does. Yeah. Yes. Don't let him shake you, Brooke. No, I'm not. Nobody could ever shake me. I'm scared for the live later on. I'm so traumatized from last week. No, last week was some foolishness. No, they must have YouTube must have changed it because I have it set. I have it set for a certain amount of time. The fact that people who been subscribed for like a week are now trickling in. I don't know. I'm gonna have to redo the settings for the next live. But no, I have it set for a period of time, and it shouldn't be set to subscribers for only an hour. It's supposed to be for longer than that. So, um, yes, very much that. Yes, child, you have people who are just so miserable. Oh, it said an hour or longer. It shouldn't say that. Okay. I'm gonna have to go back and reconfigure. And I think it's my fault because I accidentally, I think, switched something off, and that's my bad, but because it shouldn't say that. Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate you. Thank you. You too being an op. Yeah, I think I might have to reset. I think I do. I think I have to. I think YouTube changed it, Brooke. Okay, yeah, it shouldn't be that. It shouldn't say that. That makes sense. Too much craziness today. Child, they said Martin Luther King Day, honey. They're gonna act a fool on Martin Luther King Day. Late joining, but you look so beautiful, Brooke. Oh, thank you so much. Dr. Pam got subscriber cells laying in wait, ready to strike. We have three more episodes before the reunion. Yes, no, I think it's my fault because I think I accidentally clicked something on this live. So I might have done something to reverse what I had done before, because before it was perfect. Yeah, we still have three more episodes before this live. Yeah, I'm ready for this season to be over too. No, it's a very long season. 18 episodes. 18 episodes. We don't need that many episodes from them. 3 is too much, child. Okay, y'all. So it's a little under 3 hours, but I'm going to end this live here. I hope y'all enjoyed. This chat was on one today, honey, but we survived. But Lord willing, I will still be going live later on. We'll see about that. We'll see how I feel in an hour or so. But Lord willing, you'll see me at 7:15. And we'll talk about traders and some other hot topics. And I will see you then, okay? But have a great have a great rest of your evening. And I will, Lord willing, see you very soon for traders and all that, okay? But yes, guys, thank you all for joining me, and I will see you all later. Bye, guys. Thank you all. Thank you to all my thank you to all of you guys for joining. Thank you to everybody who super chatted. Thank you to my my wonderful moderators. Thank you so much, because there was a lot going on. But yes, I will see you all later, okay? Bye, guys.